Good evening from the Sun City. It's the Wranglers and the Rhinos from El Paso County Events Center on Friday the 13th on NATV. Hi, everybody. Welcome in to El Paso. I'm Guy Chiarenza bringing you all the action here today on what's going to be a good one as the Wranglers and the Rhinos meet for the first time in West Texas this season. For the Wranglers, it is game 25 and the start of a 3-in-3. 3 games, 3 days, 2 different cities. 2 games in El Paso tonight and tomorrow, and then an afternoon game on Sunday in Odessa to cap off the 5-game road trip. Wranglers enter the matchup with a record of 11-11, 0-2. 24 points on the season has them sitting in 5th place in the South Division entering play today. They have won their most recent game against Colorado, which we'll talk about in just a moment. For the Rhinos, 3rd place in the South Division, 14-10, 0-1 is the record, 29 points on the season. They are coming off of a 3-2 loss to the Shreveport Mudbugs in this building last Saturday. So the last time we saw the Wranglers, got to think all the way back to November 30th at Greeley Ice House in Colorado. Wranglers are coming off of a bye week here into El Paso. Wranglers defeated the Grit 3-2 in a shootout to get the weekend split in Greeley. And the Wranglers, it was a big day for multiple reasons. First off, it was the first win for head coach Corey Wojtek behind the bench for the Wranglers. And for Alexander Oleslov, he had a monster day with 2 goals, marking his first multi-goal game of the season en route to the Wranglers' victory. Corson McGuire had 2 assists on both Oleslov goals for his 6th multi-point game of the season, and that leads all Wranglers skaters entering tonight. And Charlie Zolan, big-time day from Zoli, the goalie, 47 out of 49 shots stopped. That is the most saves in a game by any Wranglers goaltender this season, and he backstopped Amarillo to a 3-2 win in the shootout, where Corson McGuire scored the only goal in the shootout to give the Wranglers the victory. So the Wranglers are riding high off of that win, had the bye week to really settle into Corey Wojtek's new schemes and coaching style, and they head into El Paso with a big-time matchup against the Rhinos. And you think about the standings in the South Division right now, Rhinos are in 3rd with 29 points. In last place is Oklahoma with 23. So you got to think, the margin from 3rd to 9th, only 6 points, and a lot can happen in one weekend. So Wranglers with 3 games on the docket this weekend. A weekend sweep would be huge for the Wranglers. For El Paso, this is their 3rd game under new interim head coach Mike Rivera. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it's because he's been coaching the NA3HL Rhinos for the last season and change. And so Rivera now steps in after Joe Coombs was let go by the Rhinos after sweeping the Lone Star Brahmas. Rivera steps in, has them at a 1-1 record under his tenure, as they are coming off of a weekend split with the Shreveport Mudbugs. Won big on Friday, 6-4, and then fell on Saturday, 3-2. And Duke Gensler has been stealing the show for the Rhinos as of late. Watch out for him wearing number 19 for El Paso today, as he had 2 goals in that loss. He has 4 goals and 4 assists in his last 5, marking a 5-game point streak. Joey Lavulo got the start, stopping 28 of 31 shots. Although interesting development here today, Joey Lavulo not listed on the line chart. Instead, it is Michael Manzi who will get the start, and his backup tonight will be number 30, Braden Macco, who was called up from the NA3HL El Paso Rhinos. So in years past, we have talked about how good the Rhinos tandem of Manzi and Lavulo is. We're not quite sure why Lavulo isn't playing here today, or why he isn't at least the backup. But the Rhinos will be without the services of Joey Lavulo here today. Also watch out for Beckett Hinchliff for the Rhinos. 3 goals and 2 assists in his last 3, marking a nice little point streak there. He had a 1 assist on Saturday's loss against Shreveport, and then Ryder Many Gray Horses has 1 goal and 2 assists in his last 4. As we get set to kick off action here in El Paso, we've got a new Wrangler making his debut. We'll talk all about it and get to the starting lineups in 30 seconds on the Wranglers pregame show presented by Austin Hose.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's It's me, the A and B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
For the Wranglers, the bye week did not come without some moves and busyness. We have a new Wrangler making his debut as the Wranglers made a couple of trades since their last game in Colorado. Grayson Gerhardt was traded to Corpus Christi for a draft pick and a handful of tenders. And the Wranglers traded Divine Apollon to the Northeast Generals, for forward Jake Boolinger, who will make his debut today. He'll be wearing number 10 for the Wranglers, as Boolinger, in 16 games with the Generals, had 1 goal and 2 assists for 3 points. I'm excited to see what he can do with the Wranglers here today, as he will slide in on a line with Noah Ribeiro and Crew Hannes. And with that, let's get to the starting lineups here today between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. We'll start with El Paso, starting their second line listed on the chart. Number 12, Rasmus Nusiainen, who scored a goal against the Wranglers back when these two teams met at the Budweiser Bull Pen. Will get the start at left wing. The Finnish forward for El Paso has 6 goals and 1 assist for 7 points in 19 games. And down the middle, his center will be number 16, Cade the Wolf, the returner for the Rhinos, standing at 5'9", 170 pounds. The Wolf on the season has 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points in 18 games. Last year he had 12 points in 44 games with the Rhinos as they made their first ever appearance in the Robertson Cup playoffs. Starting at right wing, number 14, Ryder. Many Gray Horses, standing at 5'9", 150 pounds. Many Gray Horses has been a bright spot for the Rhinos this season with 6 goals and 5 assists for 11 points in 25 games. Many Gray Horses has 1 goal and 2 assists in his last 4, but was held scoreless in the loss to Shreveport on Saturday. On the blue line, number 22, Jakob Yerman, the returner for the Rhinos, standing at 6'3", 195 pounds, will be paired up with number 8, A.J. Reed. Now, normally we've seen A.J. Reed play forward for the Rhinos, as this is his 3rd year with the club, but today he's listed as a defenseman, as he stands at 6'2", 209 pounds. Reed on the season has 4 goals and 3 assists for 7 points in 25 games, and his partner tonight in Yerman has 1 goal and 4 assists for 5 points in 21 games. And between the pipes tonight, it'll be number 1, Michael Manzi getting the start, standing at 6'1", 178 pounds. Manzi on the season will make his 18th appearance. He has a record of 11-4-0-1, a 1.84 goals against average, a .933 save percentage, and 1 shutout on the season. He stomped 23 of 27 in the 6-4 win against Shreveport on Friday. And so now let's get to the starting lineups for your Amarillo Wranglers. And they'll send out the line of Daniel Resega starting at left wing for the Wranglers. The Phoenix, Arizona native stands at 5'10", 175 pounds. Still looking for his first goal, but he has been phenomenal, especially when it comes to passing the puck, as Resega has 5 assists on the season. He'll be going up against his former teammate on the Phoenix Junior Coyotes in Jacob Solano here tonight. His center starting tonight will be number 21, Jacob Miller, standing at 6'4", 210 pounds. The New York native has been good for the Wranglers this season with 3 goals and 1 assist. He actually scored against the Rhinos with a power play goal on November 23rd, which ended up being the game-winning goal and was a 3-2 Wrangler victory back at the Budweiser Bull Pen. And starting at right wing tonight will be number 12, Noah Wood, standing at 6'2", 190 pounds. The native of Michigan will round out that line with Resega and Miller, and I really like that line there. You got a lot of speed. We've also got a lot of grit and physical guys that can play two-way hockey on that line. I'm excited to see what they can do for the Wranglers here today. On defense, it'll be number 4, Ashton Breyer getting the start, standing at 6'5", 195 pounds. The Mound, Minnesota native has been stout defensively for the Wranglers this season, as he has 1 goal and 3 assists for 4 points in 23 games. In fact, that 1 goal came against the Rhinos back on November 22nd, as it was his first career North American Hockey League goal. He'll be paired up with number 9, Sal Serrato, standing at 5'7", 165 pounds. The native of St. Louis, Missouri, has been phenomenal for the Wranglers this season, as he has 7 goals and 11 assists for 18 points in 24 games, leading all Wranglers defensemen in those categories. And he had 2 assists in the Friday game against Colorado back in November. he had a power play goal in that game against Colorado in November. And so, starting in goal tonight will be number 35, Charlie Zolan for the Wranglers, coming off of a monster performance where he stopped 47 of 49 shots in the 3-2 shootout win over Colorado. And for Charlie Zolan, he's had a lot of great performances this season, but that one might be his best one yet, as Zolan had made the most saves in a game for any Wranglers netminder this season to earn the win for the Wranglers on what was a very, very high shooting affair over in the foothills of the Rockies. So the road trip takes us from Greeley, Colorado, all the way to West Texas. It's the Wranglers and the Rhinos on Friday the 13th. It doesn't get better than this. So buckle up, hang on to your hats. We're in for a good one. Wranglers have taken the ice. They'll be wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and professional red trim, as the Rhinos are set to come out of a big inflatable rhino head any moment now, as it looks like they are wearing specialty jerseys here tonight. Looks like it is a military-themed jersey. It's got some Army camo in it. So light green and dark green. Makes for a fun matchup here today. Trace Day will be paired up with Andrew Morton and Morley Phillips on the Wranglers' first line. The Swedish connection stays in Olislov and Jacobson, with Corson McGuire on the second line. And as we talked about before, newest Wrangler Jake Bulinger will be paired up with Noah Ribeiro and Crew Hannes. And Nikita Ushakov will be the extra forward for the Wranglers tonight. So the Wranglers are dressing 13 forwards and 6 defensemen, as Hayden Hedquist will line up with Will Welburn. And Heike Pipinen will be paired up with Will Sinclair to round out the Wranglers lineup here today. Coming up next here on the Wranglers Hockey Network, the national anthem from El Paso, as this has been the Wranglers pregame show presented by Austin Hose. We'll be back in just a moment for a first period puck drop from El Paso. We're all set and ready to go from El Paso, Texas, as the Wranglers meet the Rhinos on a Friday night here in mid-December. Friday the 13th, in fact, although the Wranglers aren't scared of anything. They know El Paso better than anyone, as this is the 27th all-time meeting. Wranglers are 22-3-1 against the Rhinos all-time, as they're having a little bit of a struggle getting that inflatable rhino head out of here. There they go. They push it out of the tunnel, although I don't think they're going to show that on NATV. As we have a ceremonial puck drop, it'll be Morley Phillips with A.J. Reed over in the corner to get things started here today. Phillips was named the Wranglers captain just a couple weeks ago, and really, ever since being named captain, Phillips has been phenomenal for the Wranglers, and he has been red hot. And so he'll be over there to help out with the ceremonial puck drop. Phillips, 4 assists in his last 4 games. He's really turned it on as of late, and the Wranglers are going to need every bit of it against a very tough Rhinos team. So the Wranglers will skate from right to left, starting between the pipes for the Wranglers. Number 35, Charlie Zolan, making his 15th appearance of the season. Record of 7-6-0-1, 3.1 goals against average, a .908 save percentage, coming off of arguably his best performance of the year. And that's saying something because he's had a lot of really good games here this season. Stopped 47 of 49 in the 3-2 shootout win against Colorado. He'll be going up against another really good goaltender in this league. Number 1, Michael Manzi, making his 18th appearance with a record of 11-4-0-1, a 1.84 goals against average, and a .933 save percentage. He's got 1 shutout as well. Manzi and Zolan, 2 of the league's best. So we could be in store for a low-scoring affair. Previous 2 meetings between these 2 clubs ended in 3-2 final scores back in Amarillo on November 22nd and 23rd. Both teams winning 1 game. And with that, looks like we're ready to go here from El Paso. And this is going to be one where you really need to rely on the numbers for those Rhinos jerseys. The names are in camo. It's camo on camo. A broadcaster's dream. Wranglers are ready. With the win in Colorado, got back to 500 at 11-11-0-2. Now the sky's the limit under head coach Corey Wotek. The assistant coaches are Brandon Richardson and Connor White, although we say hello to Connor. He's over on a scouting assignment, so he's not here in El Paso, but still putting in good work. It's Miller to take the draw. Up against a Wolf. Puck is dropped, and away we go from West Texas here at El Paso County Events Center. And the Wranglers do control off the opening faceoff. It's Wood to the back end and Serrato up to the red line. Wranglers starting to try and get something good going early as Daniel Resega from the near corner takes a pass to the middle for Miller, who rips one over the goal. Wranglers keep possession as Resega goes back to work on the far side. Miller looks to tuck it in out in front for Wood. Rhinos sniff it out and poke it in the neutral zone where the Wranglers jam it back down and get their first change of the night. As on comes Oleslav. He'll be out there for the forecheck. Puck glances off his skate. Rhinos continue to push the narrative as they'll rumble down the left wing. It's Beckett Hinchliff pitching it down low. Serrato out to the near side. Able to jab it to center. And from the logo, the Rhinos re-enter. Down the middle, Hiltonen to the left side. Wranglers box that out, push it to the wall. Rhinos trying to slip away from the pressure as they stash it back beneath the goal line. From the wall, Welburn out to the blue line. Oleslav has some room to roam with Jacobson, 2-on-2. Oleslav toe drag to the goal, and he fires it wide. Good chance there for Alexander Oleslav, who is coming off of his first multi-goal performance this season. Hedquist, headman's up to the end wall, and then darts to the bench for a change. On the forecheck, no Ribeiro, make that Corsa McGuire, 19, not 16, out there for the Wranglers. It looks like I got to shake off some rust from the bye week as Day snaps a shot over the net. And the puck had so much steam that it carried all the way out to center where it's fielded by Pipinen. They're flinging off the stick of Day and into Rhino territory. El Paso responds by trying to get back into the Wrangler end, but the pass is offline. And so the Wranglers will spring it back out to center. Pipinen from his own blue line. Gets it to Day on the left wing. Puck bounces off his stick back to Pipinen. This time he moves it to the right wing for Sinclair as the Wranglers dump it into the Colorado end. Puck boomerangs back to the center circle. Rhinos trying to push the narrative, and away they go. Left side shot by Gensler is ripped wide of Zolan. No Ribeiro on the rebound. Gains the red line, and now Rhino blue. Ribeiro on the move. Works his way in deep to the end wall. Has his pocket picked. Boolinger in his first shift as a Wrangler. Taps it over to the far corner looking for Hannes. Puck moves up to the line for a shot that bounces in on Manzi. And he snaps it out of the air for our first stoppage of the night with 17:16 on the clock. So fast-paced action here in El Paso. That's the wild, wild west for you. Wranglers get a line change. It's Olislov, Jacobson with McGuire, and Welburn and Hedquist as the two blue liners. Looks like McGuire's going to take this draw for the Wranglers. And I really can't tell who that is for the Rhinos. These jerseys are tough to spot. My apologies. Try and work through it as the night goes on. Olislov on the far wing. Battles against two Rhinos. Gets it to Jacobson. He'll dish it beneath the goal line for McGuire. Tries to snake his way free from the pressure. Wranglers move it to the line. Now back down low. Puck is wrapped all the way around to the left wing for Hedquist. He'll try and pinch in and keep it. Jacobson there to help out, but the Wranglers can't keep possession as Paavo Hiltonen will slip it out of his zone for the Rhinos. Cross-ice pass on time for the Rhinos to whack it down as Nusiainen will get the dump in and head to the bench. Now Hedquist for the Wranglers will outlet along the left wing by Rasega and down. No icing. Wood gets there first. He'll snap it wide of the goal. Around on the left wing is Rasega. Reverses it back to Wood on the far corner. Bouncing puck. Jumbled away from Wood. He looks to get it back. Ends up crashing into the referee in the process. Everyone okay as the puck reverses to the near side and leaps out of play. And that was near my direction. I'm good. Looks like everybody below me is good. Looked like that went into the visitors' penalty box. And so we get another stoppage of play with 16:11 left in the first. I do have to say, it's a little quiet here in El Paso today. Normally, we've got a lot of noisemakers here in the building. Not the case to this point. Face-off will be to the right of Michael Manzi, as looks like they're tending to the net behind Zolan. And to this point, Zolan has only seen one shot. So that net hasn't seen a whole lot of action, but Zolan didn't like what he saw. And so he calls over the linesman to help sort things out. And so they'll do some work to that net over there. Good crowd here in El Paso today. Not quite as sold out, but getting close. Fans still trickling in. And now they're going to bring out the drill. We've seen some crazy things in this building from time to time, but looks like this one warrants the drill. So, going to drill in some new holes there by Zolan. And look at Charlie. He's going to help out down there. Oh, they're not going to put the camera on him. Whack the mooring in with his own stick. They should tip him for that. And going to get that net back on there. And for the Wranglers, this kind of serves as a timeout. So Corey Wojtek talking to his guys at the bench. Meanwhile, the Rhinos are staying in their own zone. So Wojtek on high alert. Talks things over with his guys. We've got Morton winning the face-off, but no one there to claim it for the Wranglers. And off to the races is Gensler. He's got some wheels, drives to the goal, loses his footing and crashes into the end wall. Pipinen has it. Tries to stash it along the far wing. Rhinos pinch. Shot from the line. Screeches in on Zolan, who makes the stop, and on the rebound, the Wranglers clear. Morton springs it to Pipinen, and he's got a lot of room. Pipinen to the right wing, and Wranglers are offside. And so that'll stop the clock. 4:16 into the first. Shots are 2 apiece here in El Paso. Wranglers have proven that they're at their best when they're on the road. A lot of that was boosted from the Wranglers' 6-0 start on the 11-game road trip. Wranglers are 7-6-0-1 on the road. Looking to improve that figure here today. As a shot from the line by Serrato. Bounces off the glove of Manzi over to the near side. A shot by Hannes that's blocked. Tries to fish it to the middle. Rhinos break that up and will exit on the left wing. Tapping it down is Arias. Serrato gets there first. Wranglers will bang it over to the left wing where Hannes finds a man in the middle. It's No Ribeiro on the move. Puck is jabbed away from his stick, and the Rhinos will have possession. Series of cross-ice passes. Gets it back over to Arias. Stops on the right wing and dumps it down. Rhinos keep the puck moving as it'll go behind the net. Wranglers able to repossess, and lob it out of their own end and get a line change. 14:50 on the clock in the first period. Scoreless game here in El Paso as Nikita Ushakov stretches it intended for Olislav out of his reach, but no icing as McGuire won the race. Ushakov on the left wing. Knocks it over to Olislav in the corner. Puck settles down, return to Ushakov. He'll shoot, and a kick save is made by Manzi. Puck back over in the near corner. This time it's the Rhinos coming away. As El Paso gets out of their own ends, Ben Norris will bounce it down to Zolan. He comes out of his net to play it. He keeps moving. Ushakov back to Wellburn. Weird bounce. Rhinos cash in. It's a turnover in the Wranglers' end. It's a bad beat and a bad bounce. And getting the score is Ben Norris for the Rhinos. And they draw first blood here tonight. Looks like that puck was just worked in deep by the Rhinos. A pretty routine play that you see a lot. And like it went off of Wellburn's stick out to the middle. And the Rhinos are right there to cash in. So for Ben Norris, it's his fourth goal of the season. Had 1 goal and 1 assist in the Friday game against Shreveport for the Rhinos. He gets back on the score sheet here today, and it's the first goal of our game here tonight. It's Norris from Kedzo, and the Rhinos are on the board first. So the Wranglers have some catching up to do. As the Wranglers, when trailing first, have a record of 6-6-0-1. The Rhinos, when they score first, are 8-5-0-1. As the Rhinos looking for more. Shot from the left wing, turned aside by Zolan. Morton up ahead, connects with Phillips. He'll exchange with Day at the red line, wanted to launch it in. Instead, the Rhinos pick it free. Many Gray Horses can't take a pass on the right wing. Rolls into Zolan, who jabs it to Pipinen. Pipinen rolls it out to the blue line, claimed by Day. Pass to the right wing for Morton. Drops it off for Phillips. Return down low to Morton. Day in there to help out, tries to wrap around. Manzi kicks out the pad, denies Day at the doorstep, and the Rhinos repossess. They'll exit their own ends. Pass to the right wing, on time for Many Gray Horses. They'll dump it down, and El Paso will get a change. Meanwhile, Serrato sidesteps pressure, moves it across to Breyer, launches it off the stick of Resega and in deep to Rhino territory. Thomas Shore will lift it out to center, out of the reach of the glove of Wood, where Breyer will take it from the red line and pelt it on Manzi. He gloves it down and keeps play moving. Rhinos bang it out to the blue line, settled down. As El Paso is trying to get to work, Wranglers pick it free. Left side, Resega screeches one wide of Manzi. Puck stays in the zone. Wood pinching down, but he lost it, and El Paso will slip it out to center and a little bit more for the dump in. Resega behind his own net has the puck for the Wranglers. Tried to tap it to Wellburn, although they were a bit offline on that. Not on the same page. The Rhinos take advantage. and have the puck in Wrangler territory. Nice play by Noah Wood to steal it back for the Wranglers. He'll gain the red line and a little bit more. Noah Wood dives to the net, loses his footing, and the puck will roll in on Manzi, where he will cover with 12:03 left in the first. So the Rhinos open the scoring courtesy of Ben Norris's 4th goal of the season, as it is the Rhinos 1 and the Wranglers nothing. As we'll take a timeout on the ice and on the Wranglers Hockey Network as well.
AMA Techtail is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtail already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtail. They're that important.
Y'all, I finished the cereal yesterday, and today the box is full again. Same with the milk. Yesterday this was basically empty, and today it's full again too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's wild.
Must be magic.
No lines, no waiting. Just quick and convenient grocery shopping. It's not magic, it's delivery from United Supermarkets.
Welcome back to El Paso. Draw to the right of Manzi is won by the Rhinos, and they try an outlet to the middle for Tuomiaksa out of his reach, and the Wranglers will claim it deep in their own end. Hedquist up ahead has Oleslav. He'll motor over the red line, drift towards his left, bring it around to the far side for Jacobson. And behind the net, it's McGuire. Back for Jacobson. Rhinos step in front, get the defensive play, and pass it out to center as Anfinson will lift it to the far corner. Tuomiaksa battling against Wellburn and turns it over to McGuire. Wranglers look to exit, and the puck gets to the blue line. It does come out of the zone. Fumbled there by Hiltonen, and the Wranglers will take the puck off the turnover. Wellburn charging down the right wing, takes a check, but continues to push the puck forward. Rhinos have it, as down the middle is Anfinson over the Wrangler line. Pushed into the corner by Sinclair. He'll go around the net, reverse play as the Rhinos get it to the right point. Gregoire to the half wall. Pass to the middle, creeps in on Zolan, and he will freeze it with 10:49 left in the first. And we get a skirmish behind the net. Wellburn right in the thick of it. So is Owen O'Rear for the Rhinos. And for Owen O'Rear, he's a former Janesville Jet. 5'9", going up against 6'9". It's a big difference there. Will Wellburn, he's a big guy. He'll head off. On comes the Miller line to take the draw to the right of Zolan. Rhinos win it. Shot from the line is blocked by Rasega. Loose puck comes to Miller. He'll bang it over to Pipinen, who with his head up skates to the blue line, returns it to Miller, who will plug ahead forward. Has Wood open on the right wing for a shot. Save made Manzi, and he gets pushed into the net. And looks like we've got a bit of bad blood because of it. And the whistle blows. Take a look at it here. Shot by Wood, and crashing the net was Miller. Just bumps into Manzi there, and that's going to be a penalty and our first of the game. So it's goalie interference against Jacob Miller. And so the Rhinos will have the game's first power play. So for El Paso, power play this season operating at 12.8%, 28th best in the North American Hockey League. Wrangler penalty kill, 78.9%, coming off of a day in Colorado where they went 5 for 5 in the 3-2 shootout win against Colorado. So the Wranglers will look to go 1 for 1. As the Rhinos from the line shoot it, and Zolan snags it on a shot by Jakob Yerman. Stopping time with 10:26 left in the first, and that shaves off 6 seconds on the Miller penalty. Faceoff will be to the left of Zolan. Jacobson will take it. Rhinos will win it. Your man walks the line. Passes it to the left side. He'll take a return pass at the line. Pitch it to his right for Gensler. He slides it beneath the near circle. And now is returned to Gensler. Your man at the line shoots. And Zolan makes the save as the Wranglers get another stop. 22 seconds gone by on the Rhino power play. Watch out for Ashton Breyer here on the Wrangler penalty kill. He blocks a lot of shots, and the Wranglers going to need that here as the Rhinos look to cash in. And puck is fumbled at the blue line by Gensler, and he turned over by Gensler and is poked at the net by Wood, and Michael Manzi makes the stop. So disastrous shift there for Duke Gensler, as good as he's been over his last couple of games. Fumbles the puck at the blue line and then turns it over between his own circles, and Noah Wood right there trying to convert. And if it wasn't for the quick reflexes of Michael Manzi, that puck's in the back of the net. Rhinos win a defensive zone draw. They will look to break out. Norris to the left wing. Rhinos skate in, but they're offside. And so we'll have a neutral zone draw incoming here. Again, I apologize for trying to distinguish these Rhino players here today. These specialty jerseys that they're wearing make it very, very tough. It's camo on the name bar, dark green on light green on the back, and then forget about it, dark green on the shoulders. So tough to look at, tough to call, although I'm sure those jerseys are for a good cause. As we await the second half of the Rhino power play. 1 minute to go on that as they stash it to the right corner. Norris, the most recent goal scorer, gets it to the line for Hiltonen. He'll drift towards his left, return it to Norris. Right point creeping in. He'll shoot, and it's blocked by Hedquist. Puck is returned to Hiltonen at the line. Paavo Hiltonen to Norris to the left wing, and a quick shot. Whistles wide of Zolan. That was taken by Nusiainen, and the puck comes back out to center. 33 seconds left on the Rhino power play as Hiltonen passes it to the left points. Takes a return pass at the line. Hiltonen back to the left side. Nusiainen down low. Rhinos reverse it to the near side as Norris claims it at the points. Hiltonen right at the line. Passes it to the left side for a shot that's stopped by Zolan with 11 seconds left on the penalty to Miller. Wranglers get fresh bodies on. So far, so good on the penalty kill. And so we'll see a face-off to the right of Zolan. So on comes Jacobson, Olislov, along with Welburn and Breyer. Looks like a Rhino fell down. That was Hinchliff. And Olislov saying, "You're not fooling anybody. Get back up." And so he does, and the draw is won by Jacobson, although it's claimed by Hinchliff. Rhinos back at the line. Reed to the left side for Hinchliff. Stumbles on it, is pushed into the corner by Breyer, and the Wranglers are 1 for 1 on the penalty kill. So Miller's out of the box, he'll go to the bench. On comes McGuire, and we're back to even strength as that puck is pinned up against the yellow line around the boards. And it's taken a while to get that off of the boards. Puck battle here, a lengthy one at that. And Breyer trying to fish it free. Can't do it yet. Pile moving, and I wonder if they're just going to blow the whistle at this point. Jacobson joins in. The puck comes free, and Welburn's got it. So the hard work from the Wranglers paid off, and we do have a delayed penalty here, and it's going to be against the Rhinos. So you want to talk about hard work really paying off. Wranglers win the board battle. And they also draw a penalty here as looks like it's going to be against Hinchliff. As Welburn getting into the thick of it on the far side. And so we'll see what the call is here. And it looks like Welburn's going to get a penalty as well. Going to be roughing on both. So we should be 4-on-4 when we return to live action here. So we got another timeout on the ice. It's the Rhinos 1 and the Wranglers nothing here at El Paso County Events Center.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Rhinos lead it 1-0 off of Ben Norris's 4th goal of the season. Wranglers looking to respond and make it a tie game here in West Texas. Will Welburn in the box for the Wranglers. Beckett Hinchliff sitting for the Rhinos. Has us at 4-on-4 play here for the next 2 minutes. Face-off will be to the left of Zolan. And off that face-off, Rhinos have it. Many Gray Horses touches it, and we got another penalty here. Looks like slashing is going to be the call. And it is going to go against Cade DeWolf. So it is a 4-on-3 Wrangler power play, something you don't see too often. Interesting scenario, but we've got it here. So for the Wranglers, down by 1. An oddity of a scenario to try and get on the board, but it's a good one. Should be a lot of open ice, as the Wranglers do not have a goal yet this season during 4-on-3 play. So we'll see if now is the moment. Face-off won by Morton at the line, claimed by Day. Trades it with Serrato, back to Day. Left side has Morton beneath the circle. Andrew Morton tries to pitch it to the middle. Rhinos get a stick in the front. That was A.J. Reed, as the Rhinos will clear. Serrato backpedals to Day. He'll enter the zone on the right side. Day with speed. Back to the end wall. It's a back up to the right point for Morton. Ships it to Serrato. He'll hold for a moment, survey the scene. Serrato to Day on the right circle. Fakes a one-timer. Serrato takes it. He flubs on it, and the Wranglers can't keep the puck in. Day stumbled, and the Rhinos will take that opportunity to get possession and drain some time, as they will mail it all the way down to Zolan for a clear. So 1 minute left on the penalties to Welburn and Hinchliff as Olislov comes in on the left side. Button hooks at the half wall, moves it to the middle. Day holds, walks the line for a moment, deals it to Serrato on the right side. Back to Day, high slot, left side, McGuire to the right. Serrato stumbling, shooting, gets it to Olislov, who will ship it back up to the line for Day. Right circle, Day shooting, save made by Manzi, and the Rhinos have the puck, and they will clear with 20 seconds left on the 4-on-3. Olislov to the middle. McGuire streaking in. McGuire to the goal, and a save made by Manzi. And afterwards, we've got some pushing and shoving. Olislov at the bottom of a pile. 2 Rhinos on top of him there, as it looks like Jakob, your man, is the main offender there. McGuire getting back into it for the Wranglers to stick up for Olislov. Meanwhile, 11 seconds left on the 4-on-3. And so it looks like, what a move this was by McGuire, splitting the D. Tries to go top shelf on Manzi. Flares out the glove to make the save, and then afterwards, going to get some nastiness as Olislov was trying to crash the crease and see if he could jab in a loose puck. Ends up giving Manzi a snow shower, and the Rhinos did not like that one bit. hence the chaos that came after the whistle. So it'll be a face-off to the right of Manzi, won by the Wranglers. Piping in, walking the line, has Sinclair. They'll trade places. Sinclair to Pipinen, back to Sinclair on the left side. High slot, deals it to the left circle for Wood. Back to Sinclair, he'll shoot, and it's deflected over to the left side. And now everybody's out of the penalty box, and we're back to 5-on-5. Rhinos glide down the right wing. Tuomiaksa stops, has a trailer for a shot. Zolan the save. Made on Tommy Shore. And the Wranglers will ping-pong the puck back out to center. Miller has it. He'll scamper into the El Paso zone. Moves it to the middle for Asega. Hacked off of his stick by the Rhino defense, although the Wranglers will regain possession in the neutral zone. And they'll twist it down to Manzi, who freezes with 5:11 left in the first. Shot count is 9-6 in favor of El Paso, who has a 1-goal lead. Just a reminder that coming up after the conclusion of the first period, we will have the first intermission report presented by Amarillo National Bank. We'll recap all the events of the first period here, look ahead to period 2, and talk about the South Division standings and our out-of-town scoreboard. Rhinos have it over the red line. They'll flutter it in on Zolan, and now he will cover just 10 seconds after Manzi did. 5:01 to go in the first. Face off to the left of Zolan. Jacobson will take it. Rhinos have it. They'll try and twist it to the goal. Goes off a stick and over to the far wall. McGuire jabs it to the line, and he takes a big crunch on the far wall. Gets back up to his feet as El Paso looks to regroup and reload. Rhinos bump it to Hedquist. Wranglers quickly trying to break out as Jacobson exchanges with McGuire. Rhinos are able to stuff him at the line, and now they will turn up ice as Norris finds a man at the blue line. It's Gensler. The left side for a shot that is snapped up by Zolan with 4:31 to go. And beg your pardon, that wasn't Gensler, that was Kedzo. Thought I saw a 9. Figured it might be a 1 on the other side. You take a guess at it, you flip a coin, and I was wrong on that one. Defensive zone draw won by the Wranglers. Breyer off the near wall out to center. As it is DeWolf on the left side, twisted up where Day will handle. Now Breyer, outlets to Morton, cross-ice pass on time for Phillips. Gains the attacking line, banks it off the end wall. Morton is there for a sharp angle shot, but it went off the side of the net. Wranglers trying to keep the puck in the El Paso zone. Unable to do so as the puck is bombarded out of El Paso's territory, and now DeWolf will skate upwards. Wranglers bottle him up at the line, and puck will roll back to A.J. Reed with 3:46 left in the first. Rhinos dump it down and get a line change. Ashton Breyer will handle for the Wranglers. They'll pop it off the near wall out to center. Hannes touches it. Rhinos have it. Puck is returned to Breyer. This time he goes cross-ice for Serrato. Almost turned over. But the Wranglers do escape as moving upwards is Hannes. Puck is poked away from his stick as the Rhinos bank it out to center. Serrato enters on the left side. Trades it with Hannes. They'll twist it to the net. Flagged down by Ribeiro. And he scores! Noah Ribeiro bats it out of the air, and the Wranglers score. And it looks like Crew Hannes going to the bench. Is it his goal? Let's see. Ribeiro is out in front. Hannes going to the bench first. We'll assume it's his goal. Won't wait what the official ruling is, but it's a 1-1 game. But we haven't seen many of those style of goals from the Wranglers this season. But they get one there. So, it's a brand new game. 3:10 left in the first period. And they are going to give it to Noah Ribeiro. So Noah Ribeiro gets his first goal as a Wrangler. It's his third goal of the season, assisted by Hannes, who took the initial shot, and Sal Serrano. But meanwhile, here come the Rhinos as Charlie Zolan makes a big-time stop, as right there was Trent Anfinson as the Rhinos look to get their lead back. El Paso right on it, trying to reclaim their lead. They'll turn it over on the near side, and here comes Olislov looking to go upwards for McGuire. Pass is picked off by El Paso. That was Kyle Arias. And now a turnover from the Wranglers, and Anfinson, another try, and Zolan denies him. He's 2 for 2 on those so far. So Trent Anfinson looking to the rafters. Meanwhile, here come the Rhinos again. Right circle shot, Zolan the save, and the rebound goes to the left circle. Rhinos going around the net, and nobody there to stuff it in. Gregoire has it at the right point. Flubs on the pass, turnover to Olislov. Wanted to go to the races, but couldn't. Rhinos tattooing off the end wall, and the stuff attempt is denied by Zolan and frozen with 2 minutes left in the first. So some big-time saves from Charlie Zolan after Noah Ribeiro gets his first goal as a Wrangler. And this game is really blown wide open in the last couple of minutes. Reed dishes it down low. Hedquist battles for it. Puck squirts over to the far side and knocked out by the Wranglers. Out to center. It's Resega trying to peel it away from Reed. Instead, the Rhinos will possess. So Noah Ribeiro, playing in his second game as a Wrangler, gets his first goal. And Wranglers red, white, and blue. Now here comes Jacob Miller right down Broadway for a shot that goes wide. The rebound ping-pongs to Manzi, who covers with 1:30 left in the first. For Noah Ribeiro, played 8 games with Shreveport, 2 goals and 1 assist. That was a mud bug. In fact, one of those goals was against the Wranglers back in the Budweiser Bull Pen. Now this time on the other side, gets the goal. The Wranglers have tied it. So down low, shot is blocked. Out to center it goes. Bodies collide. Wranglers will plug it back to the Rhinos defense as teams trade possession. Puck again coming back to the Rhino blue line. There to claim it for El Paso was Seth Rakowski, former teammate of Will Welburn, as Morley Phillips is tripped up in the neutral zone. That will draw a penalty. Delayed call here as Day twirls and shoots. Save made by Manzi. Trace Day doing the old spinorama, trying to go down low on Manzi. He shuts it down, and the Rhinos touch up. As we'll get a tripping call here, going to Rasmus Nusiainen. And the Wranglers will have their second power play of the night. So with 51 and a half seconds to go in the first period, Wranglers go to the power play. Draw on the far circle. Plugged out of the zone by El Paso. And so the Wranglers will have to start from their own end. And if this job isn't done by the Wranglers here in the first period, then we'll have about 1 minute and 10 seconds of power play time to work with at the start of the second. But they're not thinking about that just yet as Jacobson gains the line, pass to the middle, on time for Day. His shot goes wide of Manzi. Wranglers have the rebound. It's Day across to Serrato. Left side McGuire, one-timer by Jacobson is stopped by Manzi. Unbelievable. Passes from left to right by the Wranglers, and Michael Manzi able to make a big save. Zolan stretches it up. Wranglers trying to get one last try here before the period ends. 5 seconds left. Puck squirts free. Rhinos burst forward. It's Arias for a shot at the horn, as that is the end of the first period. So through 20, it's the Wranglers 1 and the Rhinos 1 here at El Paso County Events Center. Noah Wood has his first goal as a Wrangler. And we got a lot to talk about coming up next on the first intermission report presented by Amarillo National Bank. It's cold in here. I'm going to go see if I can warm up a bit, and we'll talk all about this game on the other side of the break. Wranglers won, Rhinos won. Coming up next, the first intermission report. But first, a word from our local sponsors.
Down to Hooters, have a drink, catch the game, get yourself some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on, what you waiting for? You gotta get down to Hooters. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtail is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtail already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtail. They're that important.
Here in West Texas, it is 1-1 after one period of play. Wranglers and the Rhinos meeting for the first time here in El Paso this season. As it was a busy first period, both teams got on the score sheet. First it was El Paso, just a little under 6 minutes in, 5:53 to be exact. It is Ben Norris scoring for El Paso from Tyler Kedzo to get the Rhinos on the board first. And it was just one of those plays where, bad bounce, bad beat, ends up in the back of your net. Wranglers had it deep in their own end, kind of rolled off a defender's stick. Out in front it goes. And the Rhinos are able to convert on the turnover. And Ben Norris has his 4th goal of the year for the Rhinos. Wranglers did get on the board, though, to tie things up late in the period. Noah Ribeiro gets his 1st goal as a Wrangler. And his 3rd goal of the season from Cruhanis and Sal Serrato. It was a shot from the line, or make that, I think it was the left circle, by Hannes. That was deflected out in front by Ribeiro and ended up in the back of the net. And, you know, that's a really interesting goal there for the Wranglers because we have not seen very many of those styles of goals so far this season for the Wranglers. And I think, quite honestly, it's a good thing to see. They need a whole lot more of those this year. You know, getting guys out in front of the net, making life difficult for the goalie, tipping pucks in, and no Ribeiro is there to do it for the Wranglers as he's able to tip it into the back of the net and tie this game up at 1 for Ribeiro. He played in 8 games with the Mudbugs this season. 2 goals and 1 assist there with Shreveport. In fact, did score a goal against the Wranglers back when the Wranglers hosted the Mudbugs at the Budweiser Bull Pen over earlier in the season. This time, he's wearing a Wrangler uniform, and he gets the goal in his 10th game of the season. His second as a Wrangler, and Amarillo tied things up. Drew Hannes, the primary assist who took the initial shot, has his 7th assist of this season, now has 8 points on the year. And Sal Serrano continues to add to his impressive totals. 7 goals, 12 assists for 19 points in 25 games so far for Serrano on the year, as he has been really, really good for the Wranglers this year. And so we're tied after 1. The Wranglers, when tied after 1 period of play, hasn't happened very often this season. They have a record of 2-1, 0-1, just the 5th time that has happened this year. The Rhinos, when tied after 1, have a record of 6-5. So El Paso has been in this situation a couple more times than the Wranglers have, but all in all, that is the scoop through 20 minutes of play. And it is pretty cold here in El Paso County Events Center. You know, actually, a really nice day outside. It was like 60 degrees outside. Perfect day. You know, they don't call it the Sun City for nothing, as it was a pretty sunny day, a little cloudy at times, but sunny day, beautiful, great temperatures. But you come into this building, it is freezing in here. And I've got my coat on. I've got my gloves. I mean, I learned from last year. I'm not a rookie anymore. I learned from last year. This is a cold building. So got my winter jacket over my suit jacket, got my gloves as well. And we're having a fun time here in West Texas. And we'll do it all again tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central start time. Call it a 7:45 pregame show here on the Wranglers Hockey Network, as that'll wrap up the 2-game set between these two teams here. But the weekend is not done, because then the Wranglers will go to Odessa for a one-off, a Sunday showdown. That game will start at about 4 o'clock at Ector County Coliseum to finish off the 3-3 for the Wranglers. And then they'll head home, and then their 9 of their next 11 games will be at the Budweiser Bull Pen. So looking forward to that. Although I do like these road trips. They're a lot of fun. Wranglers have proven to be a pretty good road team this season, as they did start off 7-3, 0-1 on that 11-game road trip to start the year. Now the Wranglers sit 7-6, 0-1 on the road, looking to improve that figure with a win here today. A lot of action in the South Division tonight, and the standings are about as close as it can get for this time of year. We'll talk all about it when we come back on the other side of the break for our out-of-town scoreboard on the Wranglers Hockey Network. We'll be back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere. It's the Wranglers won and the Rhinos won, as the first intermission report continues on.
And get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 psi, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blow gun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
Welcome back to El Paso. 1-1 game here in West Texas as the first intermission report rolls on. They got one of those real high-tech Zambonis here. It's making the rounds as we get set for the second period of play. But before we do, let's take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard to see what's going on around the rest of the league, and more particularly the South Division, as a lot of East Division scores have gone final. But what we really care about here is the South, because it is jam-packed at this time of year, and a big game going on over at George's Pond and Hirsch Coliseum. It is the Brahmas and the Mudbugs. Shreveport hosting. That game is 1-1 through, looks like, 2 periods of play. Ryan Komashak has the goal for Lone Star. Foster Nickel for Shreveport. Both goals scored in the first period, as that's a big one, especially in the South Division standings. So you look at Corpus Christi and Lone Star, 30 and 36 points for first and second place respectively. Of course, El Paso in third with 29, as we talked about earlier in the broadcast. But right between El Paso and Amarillo, who's in fifth, is Shreveport with 28 points. So you got to think, if the Wranglers want to continue to climb up the standings, well, they're going to need Shreveport to lose. And so if you're a Wrangler fan, you're looking for a Brahmas victory tonight. And really, you're hoping it's not a 3-point game, doesn't go to overtime, as the Wranglers continue to try and climb the ranks of the South Division. Over at Ector County Coliseum, where we will be on Sunday, looks like we got a barn burner between the Jackalopes and the Ice Rays. Corpus Christi leads it 4-3 through 2 periods of play. Corpus Christi 2 goals in each period. Odessa 1 in the first and 2 in the second. Has that game at 4-3. Corpus Christi with 7 power plays through 40 minutes of play. What is going on over there? Madness over at Ector County Coliseum. And I guess we'll just have to find out about that madness on Sunday. Ice Rays lead it 4-3. Over at Outpost Ice Arenas in Albuquerque, it is New Mexico hosting Colorado. And the Grit have a 2-0 lead over the Ice Wolves, as George Poirier and Kenan Riles score each in the second period to make it a 2-0 Colorado lead with about 2 minutes left in the second period there. So, think about Colorado, a team that we saw 2 weeks ago. Well, they swept the Ice Wolves last weekend, and now they sit right behind the Wranglers in 6th place in the South Division. In fact, those two teams are tied for 5th. So, again, you think about the parity in this division. Of course, first and second, Corpus Christi and Lone Star, they're a bit of ways ahead of the pack, but look from 3rd to 9th. El Paso with 29, Oklahoma with 23. The margin is just 6 points, and so you can really go from last place to 3rd place in a weekend, really. And the Wranglers will look to, with a couple of wins here this weekend, continue to stay towards the front of that pack. As a lot of games are going on this weekend, and depending on how some scores shake out, the Wranglers could find themselves all the way up as high as third, or, well, you don't even want to think about the other half. So, just case in point, a lot can change in one weekend. And so for the Wranglers, they've got El Paso today and tomorrow, Odessa on Sunday, and then we come back home to the Budweiser Bull Pen as the final 5 games in the month of December will be at the Budweiser Bull Pen. So, again, Wranglers, 9 of their next 11 games will be at home, and that is huge for the Wranglers. As, you know, there's nothing better than home cooking. And if the Wranglers want to be a good team, and really one of the big benchmarks of being a good team, being a playoff team, is first and foremost winning games at home. Wranglers have a 4-5-0-1 home record. They'll look to boost that with a big month of December, with the majority of it being at home. And there's a lot of fun stuff going on at the Budweiser Bull Pen, as the Wranglers will be back in action on December 20th and 21st. That's when they'll be back at home, and they'll host the Colorado Grit. Seems like we've seen a ton of Colorado this season. That's not slowing down anytime soon, and it's the weekend of giving at the Budweiser Bull Pen, because on Saturday, the Salvation Army will be at the door collecting hats and gloves to distribute to charities across town. And so they do good work over there. Make sure you bring your donations at the door. They're always looking for help. And so getting the giving spirit with the holidays right around the corner. Help out those that are less fortunate. And bring hats and gloves for the Salvation Army. And then the giving doesn't stop there, as Teddy Bear Toss is on Saturday, December 21st. Bring those teddies. Bring those teddies, because when the Wranglers score their first goal, it'll be teddy bears thrown over the glass and onto the ice. Now, last year was great. Last year's Teddy Bear Toss was awesome, but I know we can do better. We can always do better. We can always do better. So I want to see the entire ice sheet covered in bears. I don't want to see a speck of white. That's my dream. Ever since I've been calling games, ever since I've seen Teddy Bear Tosses, that has been my dream, to not see a single speck of white on the ice. It's all bears, a sea of bears. I want to see it at the Budweiser Bull Pen on December 21st. So get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. It's going to be a lot of fun. Teddy Bear Toss, weekend of giving. Make sure you bring those hats and gloves for the Salvation Army as well. It's going to be a whole lot of fun when the Wranglers get back home. They got a sing-along going on here at El Paso County Events Center. Not a whole lot of singers in the building. Oh, this guy might. Oh, he's got the air guitar going on. All right. Yeah, no, he's using his beer as a microphone. All right. They're starting to warm up to it. That guy's using the kettle corn as a microphone. You know what? That's not a bad idea. Kettle corn, capital of the world. Duke Keith raves about that stuff, and I got to try it last year. It is pretty good. It's a pretty rowdy bunch here in El Paso, and they're loving every minute of it. It's been a good game so far. 1-1 is the score as we await the second period here in El Paso. We'll step aside one last time. Rhinos lead the shot count 16-8, but where it counts, the game is tied at 1 apiece. We'll step aside one last time, and when we return on the Wranglers Hockey Network, we will have second period action here in El Paso. Thank you for tuning in to the first intermission report here on the Wranglers Hockey Network. We'll be back in just a few.
Have a drink, catch the game, get yourself some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on, what you waiting for? You gotta get down to Hooters. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with Flex Tech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, Flex Tech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of quick connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 psi, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtail is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtail already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtail. They're that important.
Both teams back out there for the start of the second period. Wranglers will skate from left to right wearing their glorious and beautiful white jerseys with blue numbers and professional red trim. Rhinos from right to left wearing whatever that is. It's a green jersey with green numbers. Tough to spot. Trying my best. As it's a 1-1 game here in the second period, Wranglers get to work as Andrew Morton tries to slip in on the left side. Shot is taken wide of Manzi. Sinclair trying to hem it in, but it will escape the zone, and off to the races is Breyer as he beats out Solano to the puck in the Wranglers' end. So it is Ben Norris scoring for the Rhinos in the first, no Ribeiro for the Wranglers, as it's tied at 1 apiece as the Wranglers bomb it down in deep. Sinclair can't keep it at the line, and here comes DeWolf along the left wing. Battle with Breyer at the end wall. A nice play by Breyer. Steps in front of the puck where Sinclair can carry it out. Sinclair feeds McGuire on the left wing. Corson McGuire will wrap it around beneath the net looking for Jacobson. Jacobson kicks it from skate to stick. Pitches up to the left point for Hedquist. Bouncing puck. Can't settle it down, and the Rhinos will send it all the way down to Zolan. No icing. Wranglers stretch it up off the stick of Phillips to the Rhino blue line. It'll be gathered by Hiltonen. Wranglers pressing, trying to keep the puck in the zone. Jacobson almost creates a turnover. Rhino is able to escape as they lift it out to center. Dashing to the left side is Anfinson. He'll shoot, blocked by Wellburn. Puck up for grabs on the near side. Jacobson comes away from the pile. Swedish forward moving down the right wing. Jacobson on his backhand. Can't keep a hold of the puck as the Rhinos now have it. Spinning deep in his own territory is Tuomiaksa. Loses the puck to McGuire. And stepping in to help out is Shore for the Rhinos as they keep possession. They'll get it out to center. And now it'll be knocked down low by Owen O'Rear. Zoen out to play it again. Anglers now moving on the near side as Boulanger springs up ahead for Hannes. Hannes drops it off for Ribeiro. He'll shoot, and a save is made by Manzi. No Ribeiro having quite the night so far, and so is Crew Hannes. They've looked really good together. Puck now goes down to the Wrangler end wall. They'll fish it free. Look to move it D to D. Stepping in front is the Rhinos. Centering pass, gets to the line. Right side shot, and a kick save is made by Zolan. Wranglers jar it to the line. Skating free is Ribeiro, though he gets caught up with. He is able to jolt the puck down. And he will now head to the bench for a line change. Bursting up ahead is A.J. Reed, playing defensively tonight, but is known to be a forward. Call him a two-way threat for El Paso. Gets it in, left side. Rhinos going around the goal, and Zolan able to flare out the left pad to deny the stuff attempt. Now the Wranglers move 3-on-2. Resega on the right wing. Can't handle it. And now the Rhinos stretch pass goes out the backside of a skate. Lucky bounce for the Wranglers as they're able to catch up to him. Pin him against the wall and shake the puck free. Puck goes to the near side. Rhinos trying to keep it in. Puck goes around to the far corner where it'll be ground by Nusiainen. Wranglers step in front of him and force the Rhinos back out to center. 16:23 left in the second period. Zolan has it behind his own cage. He'll paddle it to the left side. Rhinos from the line shoot one off the right pad of Zolan. Keep it in on the left point. Wranglers able to strip it away. It's Sal Serrato to the right wing for Wood. Returning for Serrato, and he is muscled away from the puck by the Rhinos. As that was Seth Rakowski there defensively for El Paso. Wranglers keep the puck at the line for a shot by Hedquist that's blocked by Shore. Shore plugging up ahead. Puck rolls in on Zolan. They'll knock it over to Oleslov on the left wing. Alexander Oleslov on the move. He'll shoot. Stick save made by Manzi. Puck on the near side, grabbed by McGuire, who flings it through the blue paint and out the other side. Corson McGuire scored his first North American Hockey League goal in this building almost exactly a year ago, late November, and he still remembers it. And here comes McGuire on the right side, trying to drive towards the net. He's cut off by two Rhinos as the puck bumbles back out to center. As it was November 24th when McGuire scored that goal, as Day snaps a shot in on Manzi, who grabs it and holds it with 15:09 left in the second. Talked with McGuire for a moment earlier this week. It's one of those, hey, you ready for El Paso? McGuire goes, yep. That's where I scored my first North American Hockey League goal. And I was like, you're right. I remember that. I was there. McGuire looking for more in this building here today. And how far has he come since scoring that first goal? He's been phenomenal for the Wranglers this season. Leads the team in goals, assists, and points. As the puck is lobbed out of play. A 5:01 into the second. And that calls for a face-off to the left of Manzi. McGuire will stay out there with Jacobson and Oleslov. Pipinen and Sinclair are the two blue liners. Oleslov off the face-off, rips a shot off a defender. Wranglers push it down deeper. Puck tumbles into the near side. Wranglers looking to keep it in as Sinclair pinches. Puck goes up into the air and is gloved down. Puck comes to McGuire. He'll cut to the high slot. Drift over to the right side for Sinclair, who shoots, and it is gobbled up by Manzi. And that'll stop the clock. 5:21 into period 2. And now that line will go off, but a good shift for McGuire and the two Swedes in Oleslov and Jacobson. Draw to the left of Manzi. Morton will step in to take the face-off, and he will win it. Off that face-off, Day can't handle it. Puck escapes the zone. Serrato plugs it to the left wing, intended for Phillips, but the Rhinos will handle. Morton from his own blue line. Plays it back to Day. Leaves it for Breyer. Now Serrato. Headman's off the stick of Morton and into the Rhino zone. El Paso scurries out to center. They'll bat it to Zolan. Serrato tries to claim it at his own end wall. Instead, it's the Rhinos possessing on the near side. Puck trying to be reversed back behind the net. The Wranglers step in, pitch it free, and out the center it goes. Thanks to a couple of extra efforts, the Rhinos jam it right back in. Period of the long change as the Wranglers stretch it up off the stick of Day and down. And Manzi will get a glove on it to stop the clock with 13:39 left in the second. Jake Boolinger on a line with Noah Ribeiro and Crew Hannes. That line has been great for the Wranglers this evening as Ribeiro has the lone Wrangler goal. It is 1-1 in El Paso. We'll be back in just a moment here on the Wranglers Hockey Network.
Down to Hooters, have a drink, catch the game, get yourself some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on, what you waiting for? You gotta get down to Hooters. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Here in El Paso, it's a 1-1 tie as we approach the midway point of the game and the second period. Face-off will be to the right of Michael Manzi as the Wranglers win it and have it at the left points. It's Hedquist looking for Oleslov out of his reach. Rhinos whirl it over to the near side and will exit. They pound it to the neutral zone. Welburn gets in front of it, connects with Oleslov. McGuire there to help out as the Wranglers dig deeper. From the goal line, Oleslov drives to the net, and he was looking for McGuire there, but pass was out of his reach. And El Paso will chip it out to center, takes a couple of hops, and Hayden Hedquist will field it from his own blue line. Puck caroms off the far wall oddly. El Paso has it. He'll wind it in. Around the net it goes. Jacobson up ahead to Oleslov. Back to Jacobson, and away he goes. Carl Jacobson on the run for a quick shot that's stopped by the blocker of Manzi. Jacobson catches up to his own rebound. Flips it to the middle, looking for McGuire, but two Rhinos are there to intercept and get it out of their own zone. Jacobson goes to the bench, but a hard shift for him. Meanwhile, playing the Wranglers end, and a shot is blocked by Pipinen, taken by Gensler. Duke Gensler's been red hot for the Rhinos as of late. As the Wranglers enter on the left side. And the Rhinos are able to pitch it away as Amarillo trying to make a line change. And now puck is directed out of play with 12:15 left on the clock. Shots are 19-12 in favor of El Paso, but tie game here in the Wild West. So, last four Wranglers games have ended in a 3-2 final score. Now, if I had to bet what the final score of this game might be, I think I might have to put some money on 3-2. Wranglers are 2-2 in that stretch. And El Paso's last game ended 3-2. So, lots of threes and lots of twos. As the Wranglers have it at the left point, Pipinen angles it to the near corner. Nobody there for the Wranglers, although they will forecheck and force El Paso to lift it to the Wranglers' defense. As Sinclair connects with Boolinger. His brother Cooper played for Oklahoma last season. Now Jake, a member of the Wranglers, as he'll go off for a change. Puck behind Manzi. Ribeiro throws a big check as the puck exits the Rhinos zone from the red line. Breyer gets it away, but El Paso subsequently gets it back, and they'll move on the right wing for a shot, and they score. That is Rupe Tuomiaksa, and the Rhinos take a 2-1 lead. The finish forward for the Rhinos gets his 4th goal of the season and breaks the tie. El Paso has their lead back. It's 2-1. And it was just a good shot from Tuamiaxa. Serrato tried to lay it down to block it, but just couldn't get a piece, and it goes upstairs and into the back of the net for Tuamiaxa's 4th of the year. They give the Rhinos a 1-goal lead again. We'll see how the Wranglers respond here. Shots are 4 apiece here in the second period. After the Rhinos outshot the Wranglers 16-8 in the first. It is Tuamiaxa from Arias and A.J. Reed that has given the Rhinos a 2-1 lead with 11:29 left in period 2. A lot of hockey left to be played. We'll see how the Wranglers respond after the Tuamiaxa goal. For Kyle Arias, he now has a goal and 6 assists in his last 9. And A.J. Reed, one of the longer tenured Rhinos, gets on the stat sheet as El Paso has the lead again. They turn it over at their blue line. Back out the center, jammed in by Welburn. Wranglers looking to get to work on the forecheck as Morton and Phillips are there. Rhino is able to escape the heat. Kedzo moves it to the left wing. Pass is picked off by Hedquist. He'll slip it around in the near corner. Phillips on the forecheck. There was a big booming hit, but the Wranglers can't claim the puck. Paso hangs on, almost turned it over at their blue line. Instead, they go up ahead. As down the middle is Norris for a shot. Zolan able to make a stand. Phillips claims the puck on the far wall, pitches it to the middle for Morton. Up he goes to the red line as he will lob it on goal for a glove save and a freeze by Manzi with 10:40 to go in the second. Face-off will be to the left of Zolan. Carl Jacobson with McGuire and Olislov will take this face-off. Wins it, tries to pitch it between the circles. Wranglers can't get there in time, and the Rhinos will hack it out to the Wrangler blue line where Sinclair will grab it and float it out to the Rhino blue line. Rhinos angle it into the near corner. That'll be an icing on El Paso with 10:17 to go in the middle frame. And looks like the Wranglers are going to get a line change in here as well. So no Ribeiro with Crew Hannes and Jake Boolinger will head out there. And that line has looked really good for the Wranglers here today. Of course, Ribeiro getting the goal on the shot by Hannes. Tip in. Ribeiro beneath the goal line tries to jam it in. Puck squeaks out to the right side for a shot by Serrato. Up high, Manzi the save. Puck was loose, but he is able to locate it and freeze it. 9:50 into period 2. So it doesn't hurt to put shots on goal. Serrato does that there. And Manzi made the save, but wasn't super confident about it. Lost the puck for a moment and then got it back. And now another line change for the Wranglers here as Day, Morton, and Phillips will come on. So short shift for Ribeiro and company. Short shift, but a good one. And now Morton will win the faceoff. Puck to the line for Breyer. He'll shoot off the end while Phillips tried to crash it in. And now Day a chance. Whistles wide of Morton, and the Rhinos will escape. No power down the right wing. Phillips pins a man up against the boards. Rhinos keep possession as Jacob Solano has it at the end wall. They'll pop out on the near corner, dish it back beneath the goal line as play goes behind Zolan and now moves up to the right points. Reed whacks it down low. Rhinos still have the puck. They'll charge to the goal and now pop out again on the near side. Wranglers stand them up and Serrato gets the puck away. 4-on-2 for the Wranglers here if they hurry. Pass to the middle, off the stick of Morton. He touched it, but just didn't get enough of it. And the Rhinos come away, and now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Solano on the run. He'll shoot, and Zolan denies him big time to keep it a 2-1 game. Ice opening up here in the second as a quick shot by Arias goes wide. Now another pass to the middle. One-time shot by Tuamiaxa is blocked by the Wranglers. Puck tumbles out to the El Paso blue line. Tuamiaxa takes a pass on the left wing. He's all alone, and Zolan denies him. Well, Rupe Tuamiaxa has had a big second period. Some run and gun play from the Rhinos. And Charlie Zolan is locked in. Makes a series of big saves to keep it a 1-goal game. We'll see a face-off to his left. Draw is won by the Wranglers. Wellburn has it. Will swoop out behind his net, plug it to the near side for McGuire. He'll connect with Olislov up ahead, but the puck is jarred off of his stick, and the Rhinos will zip it back down to the goal line. Around it goes. El Paso pinching. It's Shore to the corner. Pass to the middle, blocked by Wellburn. Now on the far side, Olislov will feather it up, and we have a penalty here. Arm is raised. And it's going to go against Tyler Kedzo. And we got a Wrangler down behind the play. Looks like that is Carl Jacobson that's down. And looks like tripping is going to be the call, but Jacobson still on all fours. And now he'll get up. And he'll make his way over to the Wrangler bench. And he's favoring his left leg, so we hope Jacobson going to be all right here. Hopefully it's just a stinger. He'll make his way to the bench and get a swig of water. Looks like going to be okay. Good to see for the Wranglers. Now they will head back to the power play. So the Wranglers, this is power play attempt number 3. They're 0 for 2 tonight, but no better time to get back on the board and cash in on the power play, and what would make it a 2-2 game. Rhinos do boast one of the league's best penalty kills. Coming into the night, it was 4th best in the entire league, as they get an early clear as the Wranglers can't keep it in the zone off a face-off win. So it's Sal Serrato, jump-starting things from his own ends. He'll leave it for Day. Dances around the pressure. Jacobson still on the ice, didn't miss a shift. Good to see he's all right. Drives it in deep on the right side. Bouncing puck, chipped out by the Rhinos. And now Serrato will have to backpedal back into his own territory as a little over 30 seconds have gone by on the Wrangler power play. Drop for Day again. He'll enter on the left side. Trace Day rumbling. Will bang it off the end wall to Jacobson on the near side. Quickly up to the line. It goes to Serrato. And Day can't keep it in. Fumble at the blue line. Serrato there to keep possession for the Wranglers. And Day not missing a beat, goes right back in. He's it for McGuire, who shoots off the blocker of Manzi. Day to the line for Serrato. Back to Day. Left circle shot. Save made. Manzi. Rhinos trying to clear. Phillips with something else to say about it, but on the 3rd attempt, the Rhinos do clear. And they will get a personnel change. Looks like 4 out of the 3 were able to get, 3 out of the 4 were able to get off. As now it'll be Andrew Morton start things for the Wranglers. 32 seconds left on the power play. As Sinclair from the right wing tattoos it off the end wall. Miller has it on the left side. Miller trying to go across at the line for Sinclair. Instead, a Rhino gets in the way. That was Arias, and looks like he just drew a penalty. And so that'll end the Wranglers' power play early as Miller goes to the box. 2 for tripping, and Jacob Miller will take a seat. We'll go 4-on-4 for 13 seconds, and then the Rhinos will have their second power play of the night. Face off to the right of Zolan, who's had a tremendous performance here today so far, as he has stopped 21 of 23 to this point. Penalty killers for the Wranglers will be Sinclair, Wood, Hedquist, and Day. As for now, we're 4-on-4, although the Wranglers surely are anticipating the penalty kill as your man cycles around, fires a shot over the goal. Puck comes out to center. Day looking to get there first. Wood moving in tandem. Wood to the middle for Day, and he shoots, and it goes over the net. And now the Wranglers are on the penalty kill. Frustration from Day. Good chance there. Just a little too high. Now here comes Gensler to the right wing. Has a trailer for a shot that goes over the net. And now we get a whistle afterwards. Looks like the puck went out of play with 5:58 to go. 1:23 on the Rhino Rhino power play as Miller's in the box for a Wrangler penalty. Face off to the left of Zolan. Jacobson will take it with Welburn, Hedquist, and Breyer. Make that Olislav instead of Hedquist. And the Wranglers will clear. Tuomiaksa, the game's most recent goal scorer, flings it up ahead. Rhinos look to go cross ice. Goes off the corner wall and around to the near wall. Luciani can't keep it in. Olislav will charge down the right wing. They get a Wrangler clear and head to the bench. 50 seconds left on the Rhino power play. Pass taken in on the right wing. As the Rhinos glide down the wall. Norris behind the net. Puck rolls off of his stick. Phillips will clear to the neutral zone. And up ahead goes Rasega. Daniel Rasega with speed flings it to the goal. Save made on a low shot by Manzi. Now Rasega scurries to get back on the back check, doing good work. He's able to rip the puck away from Arias on the near side. Under 5 minutes to go here in the second period. Rhinos lead at 2-1. Norris down low. Pass wing to wing. Connects for your man. He'll shoot. Zolan the low save. And the Wranglers clear to center. And that should do it for the penalty. So the Wranglers get the kill. And neither team tonight has surrendered a power play goal. Charlie Zolan leaves it behind the net. Turnover here. Noah Ribeiro gets back in time to intercept the Rhinos centering feed. Now here comes Bullinger to the middle looking for Hannes. Goes off his skate. Ribeiro has the loose puck in front. Is Bullinger. And he can't stuff it in. And now we get another penalty coming here. And looks like they're checking for blood on Noah Ribeiro. It's going to be high sticking on Jakob Yerman, and the Wranglers go back to the power play for the fourth time tonight. Wranglers will look to tie it up here with a power play late in the second period. We'll see if they can do it when we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
Wranglers getting set to go on the man advantage here with 4:09 left in the second period. It'll be the fourth time the Wranglers go on the power play tonight. They will look to convert for the first time today and tie the game up at 2. It's Morley Phillips who will take the face-off with Jacobson to his left, McGuire to his right, Day and Serrato stationed on the blue line. And off that face-off, the Rhinos win it. They'll chuck it all the way down for a clear. So the Wranglers will have to start from their own end. 4 minutes left in the second. Serrato glides to center circle, drops it back for Day. He'll gain the red line, and now Rhino blue. Off the left wing wall, down deep, Rhinos bang it around to the near wing, and are able to tap it out to center. Now blasting up ahead is DeWolf. Gets a stick on it. Wranglers move the other way. Stretch pass on time for Day. Wanted to find Jacobson in the middle, but pass was just out of his reach, and we get a screecher that goes out of play. Not too far away from where I'm at. Looks like everybody's good up here. You know, you get some crazy moments when you're in a place like this. From where I'm at, just a little bit behind the penalty box, up a little bit higher. Whole extra bit of seating up here, and safe to say you're pretty close to the action, right in the thick of it. Everybody okay? Puck is dropped. Wranglers still on the power play. Day to Serrato, left side shot, and he scores! Sal Serrato on the power play ties us at 2. What a laser of a shot there, and the Wranglers are on the board again for the second time tonight. 2-all from El Paso. And Morley Phillips was the first one to the bench. Looked like that went in cleanly on a shot by Serrato. We'll see if they do give it to Phillips on a potential tip, but I'm pretty sure that could go to Serrato, although we'll have to wait and see. They are giving it to Serrato, and it comes from Trace Day, so Serrato gets his second power play goal this season, his 8th overall. And the Wranglers have tied it up at 2. In the late stages of the second period. McGuire charges down the right wing, pops it off the end wall, looking to claim it. Rhino step in front, that was your man, and now Jakob your man sidesteps Jacobson for a moment. Bouncing puck, McGuire gets it back. McGuire to the goal, save made Manzi. Jacobson is there, and Michael Manzi sprawls out to keep it out of the nets. Now the Rhinos go the other way. It's Rupe Tumiaksa. There's the most recent El Paso goal. Swiping it back behind the net. Bodies converge there. Rhinos emerge from the pile. They look to center it. Wranglers break it up, and they'll hoist it out to center and go off for a line change. Rhinos stretch pass on time for Owen O'Rear. Pass to the middle for Kedzo. Broken up nicely by the Wranglers. Slap shot from the line, blocked by Morton, and he's feeling that as Day gains the red line and chips it down to Manzi. Morton will go to the bench as the Wranglers press in the attacking zone. Rhino's able to get it out. Foot race on the right wing. Kedzo gets there, looking for reinforcements, but the pass is blocked by Pipinen. Puck tumbles behind the net. O'Rear loses the puck to Ribeiro and Pipinen. Wranglers have it on the near side now as Boolinger takes it. Tries to twist it to the middle. Off the wall. Rhinos will stash it back down low. 1:50 left in the second period as Pipinen now flings it up ahead off a stick and in deep. And now he will go for a change. Turnover by the Rhinos at their own blue line. Hannes hammers it on goal. Manzi the save. And he stops time with 1:34 left in the middle frame. Just a reminder that coming up after the second period, we will have the second intermission report presented by Amarillo National Bank. We'll recap all the events of the first 2 periods and look ahead to period 3 and what has been the back and forth game here at El Paso County Events Center. Drawn to the right of Manzi. Won by Olislov. He's trying to power to the net. Puck is knifed away from Serrato, but he keeps it in the zone. El Paso gets it to the left wing, off a stick and into the rafters. Stretch pass, had a lot of heat on it, so much so that it went off the stick of Solano, right up into the rafters. Wranglers are saying that that puck was played with the high stick, but It was not. And so it'll be a neutral zone draw right in front of the Wranglers bench. And it'll be knocked into the Rhinos zone, but only for a moment as it hops into the Wrangler bench with 1:13 to go. And looks like there's going to be a penalty here to McGuire. And looks like there will be one to the Rhinos as well. So Hinchliff will go to the box along with McGuire. And so with 1:13 to go in the second period, we've got some more 4-on-4 time. So slashing to McGuire. Has him in the box. And for Hinchliff, slashing as well. So, 2-2 game, 4 skaters aside. Jacob Miller right down the middle, dips to his right. Miller on the backhand, can't get it on goal. Rhinos defense gets back in time. That was A.J. Reed. Puck battle behind the net, flagged down by Miller. We'll get it up to the line for Hedquist. Miller takes a pass on the left wing. Gets it to Morton. He knocks it back up to Hedquist. Now from the half wall, Morton spinning like a turnstile. Loses the puck, so the Rhinos slap his stick out of his hand and move up ice. Pass to the middle for Reed. Shot is blocked by Serrato. Puck into the far corner, claimed by Sal Serrato. And he will burst up ahead. 3 Rhinos are there, and they're able to take the puck away. Gregoire on the left side, holds and shoots, and it goes off the side of the net. Rhinos keeping possession, as now on the left wing it's Hiltonen. He'll shoot and score. Paavo Hiltonen goes far corner, and El Paso gets their lead back. It's 3-2. .9 left on the clock in the second period. Rhinos throw a reverse play on the left point. Hiltonen left circle shot. Goes far corner on Zolan. Which ends up being his glove hand. And that's just a perfectly placed shot from Paavo Hiltonen. A veteran in this league. Been there, done that. He converts, and the Rhinos, for the third time tonight, have a 1-goal lead. I believe it was Tuomiaksa who got the primary assist. They're going to give this secondary to Arias on the goal that has given the Rhinos a 3-2 lead. Still 4-on-4 for the next minute, although that'll pick up the rest of the second period, so you'll have about 45 seconds of 4-on-4 time to start period 3. Although the Rhinos use that open ice to their advantage. And they score. So, face-off won by El Paso. They fling it to the left wing. Now Gensler drifts to his right. Don't gain the red line, but it's all for naught as the second period has come to an end. It's the Rhinos 3 and the Wranglers 2. We'll talk all about it on the other side of the break. Coming up next, after a word from our local sponsors, the second intermission report presented by Amarillo National Bank. Rhinos score twice in the middle frame. Wranglers once, has us at a 3-2 score. Wranglers looking to end the run of consecutive 3-2 final scores in this game. They got one more period to tie it up and win it. We'll see what they can do as we preview the third period on the other side of the break. Through 40, Rhinos 3, Wranglers 2. Coming up next, the second intermission report, but first, a word from our local sponsors.
Have a drink, catch the game, get yourself some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on and get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with Flex Tech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, Flex Tech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
Rhinos lead it 3-2 through 40 minutes of play here in the Sun City. Warm day outside. Temperatures got up to around 60 degrees. They don't call it the Sun City for nothing. Sunny day, a little bit cloudy, but lots of sunshine. Didn't really feel like a December day, at least not where I'm from. And for those of you on NATV, you probably saw a shot of Duke Keith wearing his iconic Rhinos scarf right before we went to break, and he doesn't wear that scarf for nothing. I talked to him before the game. One of the best voices in the league, certainly great broadcaster in his own right, was a nominee for Broadcaster of the Year last season. Duke does a fantastic job. Love talking to him, and I asked him about the scarf. I said, hey, the scarf's looking pretty good. How'd you get that started? He says, well, look around. You can feel it. It's really cold in this building. He's like, I don't wear that scarf for nothing. So Duke Keith, great at what he does, and he knows a thing or two. Pretty cold in this building. And I know a thing or two myself. Last year's my rookie season. Got pretty cold in here. Now I've worn my winter jacket ever since. I've got my suit jacket, winter jacket, and I got gloves this time as well. So I'm ready. Wranglers were ready, and as a result, we've got a 3-2 game, and it's been a good one. As El Paso has taken the lead 3 times today, Wranglers have responded twice, and we'll see what the third period yields, but the Wranglers have proven that they've been resilient so far tonight when El Paso has scored. So don't go anywhere. While the last 4 Wrangler games have ended with a 3-2 final score, and the last Rhino game ended with a 3-2 final score, something tells me this game is not done yet, and we're going to break that 3-2 final score run. First, let's tell you how we got here, though. Rhino struck first, 5:53 into the first period, as it was Ben Norris getting his 4th goal of the season from Tyler Kedzo. That's a play that the Wranglers are going to like to have back, but sometimes with a fresh sheet of ice to begin a game, long road trip here to El Paso, a lot of bumps and bruises. On the road, you kind of just have some plays that just don't go your way. It's a bad beat, bounce, and the Wranglers' end goes off a defender's stick out between the circles. 2 Rhinos are there, and ends up being Kedzo and Norris. And they score, and they give the Rhinos a 1-0 lead. And the Wranglers were able to respond, and we'll talk about that as the intermission report goes on, but the Wranglers were able to respond and tie the game late in the first period with 3:14 left on the clock. It's Noah Ribeiro getting his first goal as a Wrangler, his 3rd of the season, from Crew Hannes and Sal Serrato. Serrato finds Hannes, top of the left circle. He drifts in a little bit. Ribeiro stationed out in front of the net, gets that big tip, and directs the puck into the back of the net for the tip-in score to make it a 1-1 game through 20. So we were tied after 1 period. Move into the second. 3 combined goals, 2 for El Paso, 1 for the Wranglers, as the Rhinos get their lead back for the second time today. Or I should say they go up by 1 goal for the second time today. With 11:29 left in the second period, as it was Rupe Tumiaksa scoring for the Rhinos, assisted by Kyle Arias and A.J. Reed. And that was just one of those plays where Tumiaksa picked his spot, and he found it. Laser of a shot ends up in the back of the net, and the Rhinos score to make it 2-1. Later on in the period, Amarillo goes to the power play, and they score to tie the game for the second time today, as Sal Serrato rifles a laser of a shot into the back of the net to make it a 2-2 game. Trace Day gets the primary assist, and the only assist on Serrato's 8th of the season, his second power play goal of the year, had us tied at 2. Looked like that was going to be the case heading into the second intermission where we are right now, but get some 4-on-4 play late in the period. Rhinos take advantage with 13.9 left to go, as this time it's Paavo Hiltonen getting the goal for the Rhinos, assisted by Tuomiaksa and Arias. So another one of those plays where the Rhinos just create some open space, are able to pick their spot, and they pick it well. Really good place shot from Paavo Hiltonen. Goes upstairs, far corner, glove side on Zolan. And you want to talk about a well-placed shot? Well, that was it. Not a lot of goalies in this league that are going to stop that one. Paavo Hiltonen hits the back of the net, and the Rhinos lead it 3-2. Through 40 minutes of play, and so we'll wait to see what the third period holds. And for the Wranglers, they've been resilient all night long, have come back to tie this game twice, and something tells me that they're not done yet. The third period is going to be a big one for the Wranglers, as El Paso, when they lead after 2, have a record of 9-0-0-1. The Wranglers, when trailing after 2, 1-9-0-1. But you know what? This is one of those games where I don't really care about the numbers. There's sometimes when you get a feeling, and I know for you watching on TV, you don't really get that feeling as much as I do. I'll try and convey it to you right now. There's a feeling that you get when you're in the building, and you see this Wranglers team play. You see the way that this game has gone, and it just feels like there's a lot left in store with a lot of time left. Right? 20 minutes, third period, maybe a little bit more if the Wranglers are able to force overtime. There's a lot of time for something to happen here. And for the Wranglers, the good news is that they've really been pushing the narrative in this game. There's been a couple of times where the Rhinos have taken control, and really on 2 of their goals, the latter 2, the Rhinos have made quick plays to open up space and get those shots to pick their spots and get where they want. But other than that, the Wranglers have really done a good job of forechecking, creating pressure, getting opportunities in the Rhinos zone. El Paso leads the shot count 24-17, but for the Wranglers, they've done a good job of getting quality chances over quantity. And in the second period, the Wranglers do outshoot the Rhinos 9-7. So, again, we'll see what the third period holds, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from the Wranglers here so far in this game. And 47 seconds of 4-on-4 time to open the second. Anything can happen. And it really looked like in the first part of that 4-on-4 late in the second period, it was the Wranglers that were doing good work. I remember it being a really good shift from Jacob Miller, moving the puck around, getting some chances for the Wranglers, and then one stick in the way, and the Rhinos from the other end, and then they score. So this is one of those games where you've got 2 really good goalies on both ends in Manzi and Zolan, but the Wranglers have figured out how to beat Michael Manzi. Noah Ribeiro did it back in the first period. You get bodies out in front, you make life difficult for Manzi, and you get those tip-ins, you get those crash-the-crease goals, and you're right back in it, and you tie this game. So I think for the Wranglers, you have to continue to put pressure on Manzi. You have to continue to put bodies in front of the net. This is a physical game. It's going to be a physical game. It's going to be a physical series. We know that when these two teams get together. It's always been that way. El Paso likes to use their bodies. They like to play physically. Wranglers are no stranger to it. Makes for some low-scoring affairs between these two clubs, but it also makes for some really close right down to the wire games. And in those type of games, it's one of those anything-can-happen style of games where all you need to do is get a shot on goal, a man out in front, get that rebound, get that tip, and all of a sudden, it's a different game. And so we'll see what the Wranglers do here in the third period, but it seems like Manzi has been his most vulnerable when the Wranglers have put pressure out in front, and they've made life difficult for him. And I think that's one of the new things that we're starting to see under head coach Corey Wotek is the Wranglers putting more bodies out in front of the net. So we'll see what they do here in the third period. It'll be a critical moment, and the Wranglers are no stranger to coming back in this building. We'll talk about that, take a trip down memory lane, and we will also take a look at our out-of-town scoreboard when we come back on the second intermission report, presented by Amarillo National Bank.
Some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on, what you waiting for? You gotta get down to Hooters. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Work. It means getting up early and getting on the road. It takes commitment, perseverance, and grit. You always get the job done. That's why at UniFirst, we provide the uniforms and services you need to work harder, smarter, and safer. We always deliver. Because you always deliver.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with FlexTech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, FlexTech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of Quick Connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blow gun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
When you know where you're going, you do what it takes to move forward. For me, that means money in the bank, saving cash. So this is my ride, my granddad's old truck.
Saving is cool again, especially with fantastic rates and free checking at A&B.
Thanks, Pop Pop.
No, it's it's me, the A&B guy. Amarillo National Bank. Amarillo before bank.
We want to help you thrive no matter what stage of life you're in. Your prescription for well-being starts at United Supermarkets, where your neighborhood pharmacists are here to give you the care you need when you need it. From expert consultation to personalized care and all your wellness essentials, and giving you your best shot at prevention with immunizations, we understand that every step towards health is a step towards happiness. So whether you're picking up or we're dropping off, we're here for you.
AMA Techtel is just first rate. We had a flood here last year. We don't have any internet, we don't have any phones, we have nothing. By the time I got from my house to downtown, AMA Techtel already had a crew of men there. I can't imagine doing business without AMA Techtel. They're that important.
Here in the second intermission report, it is the Rhinos 3 and the Wranglers 2 as we get ready for third period action. But before we do, let's take a trip down memory lane not too long ago to last year when these two teams met for a thriller in this building. As it was a 2-1 Rhino lead entering the third period. Time dwindling down. Wranglers trying to tie it, and they do. Roman Zapp with 22 seconds left in the third period got the game-tying goal for the Wranglers to send the game to overtime. And then Zapp won it for the Wranglers in overtime. 1:26 into the extra frame. Wranglers came away with the win in this building, and it just goes to show that you never count the Wranglers out. And so the Wranglers are looking for some kind of magic like that here today. Here they are, down by 1 goal entering the third period. Something's got to give. What will they do? Somebody's going to have to step up for this Wranglers, and the good news is over the last couple of games, the Wranglers have been getting a lot of depth scoring, and a lot of guys throughout the lineup have been stepping up. And so we'll see who does in the third period, but I think this game is far from over, as the Wranglers just have it in their DNA to make games close right down to the wire. And usually when they do, they find a way to come out on top. So we'll see what that holds for us in the third period. Before we take a look at that a little bit further, let's go take a look around the league and see what's going on in the South Division, as a couple of scores have gone final in the South. Of course, we are in the Mountain Time Zone. In fact, El Paso, the only major city in Texas to be in the Mountain Time Zone, so we do have the benefit of seeing all the other games in the division go final and really seeing what's on the line here tonight between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. So, final from George's Pond over at Hirsch Coliseum. 3-point game there. It's an overtime final, and the Mudbugs win it 2-1. As Foster Nickel got a goal in the first period. Ryan Komashok one for the Brahmas as well. They went scoreless the final 40 minutes. And then in overtime, Liam Fleet ends it about a minute into the extra frame to give Shreveport the victory. So now they, for the moment, they leapfrog El Paso for third place in the division. Mudbugs now up to 30 points on the year. Now we head over to Ector County Coliseum, another overtime game there, as it is the Jackalopes hosting the Ice Rays, and Corpus Christi comes out on top. The Ice Rays win it 5-4 as Michael Valdez gets the overtime winner. Looks like with just 35 seconds left in overtime to boost the Ice Rays over the Jackalopes over at the Jack Shack, where we will be on Sunday afternoon. And over at Outpost Ice Arenas, the Colorado Grit blank the New Mexico Ice Wolves. It's a shutout for Colorado as they win it 3-0 over New Mexico. And as it stands, the Grit have leapfrogged the Wranglers for 5th place in the division. So now the Wranglers sit in 6th with 24 points. Colorado at 26. El Paso in 4th with 29, and Shreveport in 3rd with 30. So, think about this game right now. And if it ends in regulation and the Rhinos win, they get back into 3rd with 31 place. They jump Shreveport to get back to 3rd. And if the Wranglers win, well, they leap over Colorado, get that tiebreaker, and reclaim 5th place. So, again, talked about it before earlier in the broadcast. Not a lot of points separating 3rd from last. Any given weekend, you can see a whole lot of movement in this division. And it seems like it's a very competitive group in the South this year. So makes for every single night a big 2 points on the line. This no different, as a couple fans are enjoying their kettle corn. Getting set for the third period of play. Wranglers are set to come out of the tunnel any second now, but we do know it's going to be a big third period. Somebody's got to step up. We know how good Corson McGuire has been this season. Seems to always have some magic moments in him. Sal Serrato's already scored today. Could he double dip for the Wranglers? He definitely can. He's done it twice so far this season. In fact, he's one of 2 Wranglers, him and Olislov, to do that. Scored 2 goals in the same game this season. Morley Phillips on a 4-game point streak, 4 assists in his last 4. Look for the captain to maybe step up in some big way for the Wranglers here in the third period. And amongst other names, you've got Jacobson and Olislov, who seem to be playing some of their best hockey as of late. And, of course, can't forget about a guy like Trace Day, who's got 8 goals on the season and a wicked, wicked shot. So we'll see what happens here in the third period. Both teams back out for the final frame of regulation. as it is the Wranglers skating from right to left, wearing their white jerseys with blue numbers and professional red trim, and the Rhinos wearing some sort of military specialty jersey. It's a light green jersey with some dark green mixed in, dark green on dark green with the numbers on the sleeves, dark green on light green on the back for the numbers. And the name bar, well, you can just forget about reading that because it's camo on camo. The third period awaits between the Wranglers and the Rhinos. First game between these two clubs in this building this season. We'll do it again here tomorrow. 8 o'clock Central start time, called a 7:45 pregame show, and then we're off to Odessa for the final game of the road trip on Sunday afternoon at about 4 o'clock Central time. All that in good time as the puck is dropped for the third period here, and the Wranglers look to mount the comeback, down by 1 against the Rhinos. Still 4-on-4 for the next 38 seconds here at the top of the second period. Rhinos fling it into no man's land. They'll have to scurry back to claim that puck, as El Paso could score on the earlier part of the 4-on-4 late in the second period. Here they come to the right wing. It's Arias stopping, finds a trailer for a quick shot that is fought off by Zolan. Rebound goes to the far half wall. Wranglers strip it away. 10 seconds left on the 4-on-4 as Hedquist backpedals behind his own cage, twisted to the left wing for Serrato. He will meander between his own circles and pass it to Morton, who glides up ahead. Andrew Morton trying to cut towards the goal, and the puck is batted away from his stick by a Rhino defender. Now El Paso goes the other way. Hilton and holds and shoots, and it went off the iron. Hit the near post. It was directed into the near corner. Pavo Hilton looking for his second of the game. Meanwhile, Morley Phillips charges up ahead, collides with Gregoire. Now the Rhinos will have the puck. On the right wing, Solano gets cut off by Pipeden. Puck is whacked all the way back to the blue line. And now the Rhinos will mail it down for an icing on El Paso. 1:22 into period 3. And they can't fool me because they haven't changed it from period 2 to period 3 here. Now they do. See, I've still got it here. Period 3 here in El Paso. Now they change it on the in-arena clock to period 3, not period 2. And all is well in El Paso for the moment. Draw to the right of Manzi. Ribeiro to take it. Puck gets caught up in the skates of the linesman. 3-man officiating crew here today. As a long pass is out of the reach of Hinchliff. Another icing on the Rhinos. 3-man crew led by Mr. Stace, Mr. Norman, and Mr. Geddes are our 2 linesmen today. And I wonder if this crew will be following us to Odessa on Sunday. That I'm not sure. But what we can assume is they'll be here tomorrow for the El Paso games, and then we'll just have to wait and see on Sunday. Defensive zone draw for El Paso. It's claimed behind their own net. Ribeiro gets it back for the Wranglers. He'll shoot from the right circle. Saved by Manzi. Wranglers trying to punch it in as Bullinger was there. But Michael Manzi slams the door shut and holds 1:40 into period 3. And that line has been so impressive for the Wranglers here today. Bullinger, Hannes, Ribeiro, they'll head off. And on comes a line that's been maybe just as good. McGuire, Jacobson, Olislov. Piping in Sinclair on the blue line as McGuire wins it, chucks it to the end wall. He'll race after the puck, but El Paso gets in front. They'll lob it up ahead off of stick. Comes to Heinke, piping in, finished defenseman with his head up. Turns up ahead, off the stick of Olislov and in deep. McGuire trying to get it below the goal line. Rhinos are there. Rhino goes down on the far wall. Maybe thought that he was going to get a penalty called for his team, but nope. And El Paso will ship one to Zolan, who kicks it over to the far wall. Now it is Jacobson over center circle. Sliding to his left, to the middle, off the stick of McGuire, back to Jacobson at the half wall. They'll jockey for it in the near corner. 2 Rhinos, 2 Wranglers are there, and the Rhinos are able to escape. As they will tap it to their own blue line. Pass on the left wing connects. Streaking forward is Tuomiaksa. Creates some separation from the defense. Paddles it over to the near half wall. Wranglers get in front of the puck. Now Hayden Hedquist will have it for the Wranglers. Off the wall he goes to Wellburn, who stretches it up ahead for Rasega. Looks for reinforcements. Gets in a board battle on the far wall. Rasega trying to weasel away, but the Rhinos do have numbers and reverse it back to the near side. Rasega gets the puck back. He'll go around the net, play it to the wall for Serrato, who wheels it around to the left wing for Ushakov. Back and forth it goes. On the far wall, it's Rasega on his forehand. Now backhands it off the wall to Wood. Paavo Hiltonen steps in front of Noah Wood. The Wranglers keep the puck as Serrano takes a shot from the right side. That is gloved and handled by Manzi. 3:25 into the second. Or the third. Oh, they got me there. The third period. You win some, you lose some. Draw to the left of Manzi. We'll see if this is a fool me once, fool me twice kind of moment. They've got me once, but they won't get me again. Draw to the left of Manzi. Morton will take it. Day to his left, Phillips to his right. Breyer and Serrato on the blue line. And the Rhinos victorious at the dot. And they'll try and slam it out. Phillips on the forecheck. Stops on the first attempt. Day trying to keep it in on the second. And he does. Flings it into the skates of Shore, who will play it back to his D partner. And now the Rhinos will stretch it down for an icing with 16:15 on the clock. And so the hard work from that line forces the Rhinos to backtrack and forces El Paso into the icing. And so now the Wranglers get fresh bodies on, and Jacobson, McGuire, Pipinen, Olislove, and Sinclair. And they will go out against the tired Rhinos bunch, as El Paso can't change. So, draw in the near circle, Jacobson to take it. And tied up in some skates, but El Paso able to scurry free. And they'll gain the red line and pound it down, and now get a partial change. Around it goes, left wing Hinchliff, pass to the middle, intercepted by Jacobson. A pitch it to the right wing for McGuire. He'll streak towards the net. McGuire can't get a shot away. 3 Rhinos were there, although McGuire from the far corner takes a check, a high one at that. That draws a penalty, and McGuire able to get back up under his own power, but that's a check that you don't like to see in this game. And as a result, going to the box is A.J. Reed, and the Wranglers will go to the power play. Amarillo 1 for 4 so far here today. Looking to make it 2 for 5 and tie this game up at 3. So watch out for Sal Serrato and Trace Day. Those two combined for a power play goal earlier in the night. Of course, Day with McGuire leads the team in power play goals with 3. Serrato leads the team in power play assists with 5. Jacobson will take it. McGuire to his left, Phillips to his right. Serrato and Day on the back end, and now Jacobson tossed in favor of Phillips, who will take this draw. And the Rhinos win it and slam it down. The Wranglers will have to start from their own zone. Sal Serrato will quarterback things here. Serrato drops it back to Jacobson. Seen that play a lot here tonight as McGuire tries to dance through the defense, gets stood up, but the Wranglers keep the puck. Serrato walks the line, pass it to the left side. McGuire, one-timer, and he scores! Oh, they're waving it off. They're waving it off, no goal. Oh, that was a beautiful play, and they're waving it off. Wranglers were offside, is what they're saying. And now Corey Wojtek trying to talk things over with Mr. Stace and our crew. See if we can get a replay in-house here. Instead, they just have the camera focused on Michael Manzi. Go figure. But I believe that goal gets waved off because the Wranglers were offside. And unfortunately for McGuire, that's not the first time that's happened to him this season, where he scored a goal and it gets waved off because of a offside call. It should have been called sooner. And so we got a little bit of ahead of ourselves. It remains a 3-2 game. .123 left on the Wrangler power play. Rhinos clear. Sal Serrato has it. He'll skate over his own blue line, drop it back for McGuire. He will angle it in on Manzi, who gobbles it up with 1:12 to go on the penalty to Reed. So that unit will come off for the Wranglers. On comes Andrew Morton, who will take the face-off with Miller, Olislov, Breyer, and Sinclair. Watch out for Breyer and Sinclair here. Take some shots from the blue line. As off the face-off, Sinclair has it on the right wing. Puck gets pinned up against the boards. Players converge. Everybody trying to rip that puck away. Wranglers trying to weasel it out of the pile. 3 Wranglers, 3 Rhinos are there, and it squeaks free, and El Paso able to get it to the line and out. Second effort from El Paso is able to swipe the puck out to center ice. Now it's Will Sinclair wrapping it around to the near corner for Breyer. Breyer pinching down low. Rhinos not fooled. Will clear it down with 35 seconds to go on the Wrangler power play. Long pass on the stick of Olislov. He'll dance his way to the right wing. Button hook looking for a trailer. Stashes it down deeper for Miller, who backhands it off the end wall looking for Morton. Out of his reach, and the Rhinos will bang it down for another clear. 10 seconds left on the Wrangler power play. Sal Serrato trying to get something going here in the final moments of the man advantage. Out of the box is Reed. We're back to even strength. Hedquist shooting. Save made Manzi. And the Wranglers can't stuff it in. Rhinos are able to sweep it to the near wall. Hedquist another try off a stick wide of the mark. Now a long pass. Escapes Arias. Goes off the end wall where he will touch it over to the near wall. Bullinger kicks it out to center circle. Shore will drive it back down deep and head to the bench. No Ribeiro. Sidesteps pressure. Gets to center circle. Ribeiro on the move. To Hannes. He shoots. And it goes wide of Manzi. Bullinger on the rebound. Gets it to Ribeiro. He'll go across. Off the skate of Pipinen to the end wall. And to Manzi. And afterwards, looks like Crew Hannes took a shot up high from a Rhino there. He is down. See if a penalty's called here on that. As time stops, 6:53 into the third. Get a timeout on the ice. Hannes is back up on his feet. And we'll see what follows on the other side of the break. It's the Rhinos 3 and the Wranglers 2 here in El Paso.
Your ordinary jobs deserve extraordinary quality. Skip the big box and save with Flex Tech and Austin Hose. With crush-resistant fittings and superior resistance to abrasion, weather, ozone, and oil, Flex Tech water hoses provide outstanding strength at a value that washes the competition away. And be sure to make those ordinary jobs that much easier with our vast selection of quick connect fittings. And now, take simplicity one step further with the Dixon Constant Flow Nozzle. Simply twist the nozzle head to adjust from a wide to long spray pattern to tackle any job. And it's internally sealed for easy installation, leak-free handling, and true water shutoff. Rated up to 300 PSI, FlexTech air hoses provide the durability and cost efficiency of PVC with a look and feel that simulates the flexibility of a traditional rubber hose. Pair your FlexTech air hose with the Milton blowgun, and even your toughest jobs are an absolute breeze. So when you're tired of the ordinary, put FlexTech to the test. Call Austin Hose today.
We've got a tight one here in the Sun City. Rhinos lead it 3-2. It'll be a face-off in Rhino territory. Carl Jacobson will be out there to take it for the Wranglers. Puck goes into the near corner. 13 minutes left in the third. Oleslav tries to tap it back to a trailer in Jacobson, instead stepping in front of the Rhinos. Manzi punches it away from his crease, and the Rhinos will bank it all the way down. No, they will call an icing on that. Looked like they weren't. Delayed whistle there, but no, they do call an icing, and it'll go all the way down for a face-off in the Rhino end. So you've got the combination of Noah Wood, who will take the face-off with Rasega and Ushakov, along with Hedquist and Serrato here. Off the draw, players get tangled up. Ushakov able to hem it down deeper. Rhinos sweep it to the right point for a shot by Serrato. Deflection goes to Rasega on the left circle. Rasega trying to power to the net. Rhinos bumping from the puck. Long shot by Hedquist, wide of the mark. Serrato keeping it in. Plays it to Rasega. Backhand pass. Intercepted by the Rhinos. Puck stays in the zone. Good work by Serrato. Wranglers bombing off the end wall. Big hit thrown by Ushakov. And now the Rhinos will lift it out the center. Puck takes a couple of hops. Played by Serrato. Quickly whips it up ahead, and Noah Wood tries to split a couple of defenders, but unable to do so. And so now Hannes twirls it over to Serrato. He'll power down the right wing for a shot. That flutters wide of Manzi. Boolinger on the forecheck looking to keep the puck in. Hannes does. Shot goes in on Manzi, and it looked like Boolinger was trying to get the tip out in front, but just didn't get any wood on it. Now the Rhinos bustle up ahead. Shot stopped by Zolan. As the Rhinos were able to create some separation. Looked like that was Rasmus Nusiainen. And Zolan, on what was a bit of a mini breakaway for Nusiainen, is able to make the stop. So Nusiainen able to split the D, get to his forehand, and Zolan takes care of it. Charlie Zolan has been locked in today. Aside from a turnover and a couple of well-placed Rhino shots, he's been stellar. He's not 24 of 27 so far here today. Piping in deep from his own ends. Tosses it up ahead, off a stick, and all the way down. No icing as Manzi comes out to play it. Miscommunication with the handoff, but the Rhinos do emerge unscathed. They'll ship it back to the Wrangler end, where it'll be claimed by Welburn. Off the wall to pipe it in. He'll lob it up ahead to Oleslav. Goes cross ice. McGuire holds and shoots. Save made by Manzi, and he hangs on with 11:04 to go in period 3. And again, you look at that Wrangler breakout. Looks good. Did all the right things there. You know how well Corson McGuire can shoot the puck. A couple fist bumps from that line. And they've really been grooving with that chemistry over the last couple of games. Almost able to cash in there. Now on comes the Morton, Phillips, and Day line for a face-off on the far circle. Andrew Morton, 13 points on the season. Had a nice point streak going earlier on in the year. He's become a bit of a face-off specialist for the Wranglers. He's done good work in the face-off circle. See if he can win this here, and he does. At the line, it's Serrato. Right point shot, kick save Manzi. Wranglers try to punch it in, but they can't do it. Rhino's able to sweep it out. At the line, it's Serrato again. Sidestep, trying to create separation. Rhinos stab at the puck a couple of times, but the Wranglers keep possession. Phillips on the right wing, twists it to the middle, and it goes out to the left point. Hedquist off the end wall, angles it in towards Manzi. Wranglers trying to stuff it in, and oh, that puck was loose in the blue paint. Nobody knew where it was except for the Rhinos. Jakob, your man, and he skates it to the Wrangler blue line. They bottle him up and strip the puck away. Now it's Trace Day getting to work on the right wing. They'll tap it behind the net. Puck boomerangs back out to the line. Long shot tipped away in front of Manzi. And that time it was Morley Phillips. Like I said before, he's seeing a whole lot more those bodies out in front and those tip-in tries from the Wranglers. We approach the midway point of the third period. 10 minutes left in regulation. Long pass on the money for Anfinson. Plays it to the middle. Poke checked away by Zolan. He knifes it over to the far side. Puck pops back behind his cage, where Ashton Breyer will float it to the right point. Kicked off the stick of Rakowski. Between the circles, Wranglers are able to jab it out the center. Rhinos regroup and reload. It's Anfinson again, swirling it around to the left side. Sinclair gets a stick on it to Bullinger, and he springs Ribeiro into motion. He'll go cross ice for Hannes. Hannes deals it back to Breyer, but the Rhinos box them out at the blue line. You can start to see things developing for the Wranglers here as the Rhinos start from their own end. Deal it to the left side. Play is broken up by the Wranglers, and now Pipinen connects with Ushakov at the red line, but only for a brief moment. Tyler Kedzo goes down the left wing, button hooks at the circle, dishes it down to the goal line where Pipinen steps in front, tries to twist the puck away from the Rhinos. A long shot, and they score. I believe it was a screen out in front of Zolan. Puck finds the back of the net, and El Paso leads it by 2. And then it's Owen O'Rear going to the bench first. As looks like Pipinen was going to get that puck out of the zone. Instead, Rhino's able to stick with the play, punch it to the net, and it is a tip in from Owen O'Rear as he flags it out of the air. It goes by Zolan in the back of the net to extend the Rhino lead at 4-2. So things get a little bit tougher for the Wranglers here, but you never can count these guys out. Well, you have to feel like the next one has to go the Wranglers' way if they want a chance to come back and win this game. And it's a bit frustrating considering the Wranglers thought they had tied it with a power play goal from Corson McGuire earlier in the period. Instead, that goal gets waved off for a offside, and next goal goes to the Rhinos, and instead of it being a 3-3 game, it's a 4-2 Rhino lead. It's O'Rear from Norris that has the Rhinos on the board for the 4th time tonight, extending their lead to 2, the largest lead of the night. See if the Wranglers can climb back. It's Edquist across to Serrato. Back to the left wing for Oleslav. They'll feed it to the left circle. Back across to Serrato. Long shot, saved Manzi. He bats it out of the air to the far wall. Wranglers keep it in. McGuire to Jacobson in open space. That quickly closes. Jacobson stumbles, gets it to Serrato. He'll hold and shoot. Kick, save Manzi. And he's able to pounce on the rebound and hold with 8:13 left in the 3rd period. This is a stingy Rhinos defense. One of the best in the league. They're good at what they do. Rhinos, not as much of a scoring team like they were last year, but they can defend, and they can defend well. The Rhinos, goals against average this season, 2.36. And they've held the Wranglers to 2 here so far today. Wranglers trying to claw back and tie this game, but they're going to have to do it against one of the best defensive groups in the North American Hockey League. Phillips loses the puck on the right wing. Rhinos heave it out the center. Phillips in the red line, drives it back around behind the cage, where Manzi keeps it moving. Rhinos jar it over to the far wall. Errant bounce comes to Phillips. Out in front was Morton. Couldn't find a way to knock it in. Phillips again to the middle, and a quick shot by Day is snapped up by Manzi. And afterwards, we've got a scuffle beneath the far circle. A couple helmets come off. And it's starting to look more and more like a yard sale. There are a lot of equipment out there. I believe it's all Rhinos equipment. Wranglers holding their own. As there's a nice kick save by the left pad of Manzi, and then Morton gets mobbed by 2 Rhinos. Holds his own. And afterwards, Phillips takes a couple of jabs to the face. And that's the reason for the skirmish. Rhinos lead it 4-2. We'll find out how this one ends when we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network, presented by Austin Hose.
Y'all, I finished the cereal yesterday, and today the box is full again. Same with the milk. Yesterday this was basically empty, and today it's full again too.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's wild.
Must be magic.
No lines, no waiting. Just quick and convenient grocery shopping. It's not magic. It's delivery from United Supermarkets.
Wranglers and the Rhinos duking it out here today at El Paso County Events Center. Rhinos currently have the advantage by 2. 4-2 is the score. 7:39 left in the third. Wranglers need to have something go their way if they want to find a way to claw back in this game against the team that finished third in the South Division just a season ago. Fans having a good time here at El Paso County Events Center. Their team's up by 2. Wranglers looking to spoil the party and send them home with tears in their eyes. Jacobson, face off on the far circle. Can't claim it, and the Rhinos will arc it all the way down to the Wranglers' end, and it will be an icing as Hedquist wins the race. And so this face-off is coming back down to Rhino territory. Shot count is now tied 28-28. So for the Wranglers, they were outshot 16-8 in the first period, but they have outshot the Rhinos in each of the last 2 periods to this point. 9-7 in the second, 11-3 in the third. And it's starting to show. You can see the Wranglers really getting those scoring chances, those good opportunities, but it is the Rhinos that do have a 4-2 lead. Puck battle on the near side in the corner. Jacobson squeaks it free and hurls it to the net. It goes wide. Wranglers dash it down to the far corner where A.J. Reed is there. Puck goes back over to the half wall. Serrato streaking to the net. Poke checked away by Manzi. And the Rhinos try and clear, but the hard work of Olislav thwarts that plan for the moment. Now on the near wing, the Rhinos do heave it down. And what will be another icing on El Paso with 6:55 to go. And this is a pesky Rhinos team against a very tenacious Wranglers team. Always a fun matchup when these two teams get together, and we'll do it again tomorrow. 8 o'clock Central start time. On the 7:45 pregame show, we'll have it all for you here on the Wranglers Hockey Network. As a drive by Breyer is swallowed up by Manzi. 6:50 to go. And this has kind of been the evolution of Ashton Breyer. With game by game, he just gets better and better. His confidence continues to grow. Started off as really a big-time shot blocker, really stout defensively, and then over the last couple of games, we've really seen him take more and more shots. And that's a good thing to see for the Wranglers. Rhinos lifted out the center. Bouncing puck comes to Breyer. Tumbles in on Zolan. Rhinos take a whack at it. Goes out the side of the net. Sinclair will deal it back to Hannes. He is stripped of the puck. Bouncing puck. O'Rear is there. And Zolan makes a stop. Wow, the Wranglers couldn't really quite grasp the puck on that shift there, and Charlie Zolan bails him out to keep the 2-goal game. Rhinos, with time on their side, will slowly try and exit their own end. They're not in any hurry here. Breyer gets it at the line, takes a shot, it's blocked, comes to the other defenseman in Sinclair on the right wing. He likes to pass it off the end wall to Day. He gets it to Phillips. Puck at the side of the net, and Manzi freezes with 5:49 left in the third. And again, we get a skirmish afterwards that is quickly broken up by our officiating crew. Wranglers opt for a change on the blue line. Pipinen and Welburn go on. Sinclair and Breyer come off. Warrington wins the face-off. It pops up to Day at the left point. He'll swing it around the net to Phillips, who loses his balance. Warrington steps in to help out. Piping in, hems it in on the left side, but only for a brief moment. Puck escapes the zone. Musiainen goes in to the Wrangler zone, and it looks like whistle blown with 5:34 on the clock. Draws coming back out to the neutral zone. Jacobson will take this face off. And the Wranglers do have possession. Piping in from his own end wall. Trying to get it to Welburn. Rhinos get in the way. It's DeWolf. Boxed out by the Wranglers, but he is able to get the puck to the left point. The Rhinos will move it all the way around to the right. Wranglers able to get the puck away. McGuire to the middle for Oleslav. On the run, he shoots. And a nice defensive stick by Thomas Shore. Breaks that up and sends it into the netting. And it's just been that kind of night for the Wranglers. They've been creating chances. And again, against a very good defensive team, they're creating chances and they're creating good ones, but just can't find a way to solve Manzi again here tonight. And they're still down by 2. Draw on the far circle. It will be Ribeiro to take it for the Wranglers, and what has been a very, very good-looking second game as a Wrangler here today for him. Hedquist, left point shot off the end wall. A.J. Reed will jolt it all the way down, and Hedquist wins the race. Icing on El Paso. Wranglers went 5-2-1 against the Rhinos last season. 8-game season series. Last year and this year. Of course, with Colorado coming to the division, it kind of shook up the way the schedule used to be. So it's an 8-game season series, currently tied at 1 apiece. Both teams splitting back at the Budweiser Bull Pen late in the month of November. And the Rhinos ice the puck again. So with 4:46 on the clock, faceoff goes back down to El Paso territory. Draw will be on the near circle. Morton will take it. And we'll keep an eye on Charlie Zolan between the pipes. See if the Wranglers will elect to pull him for an extra attacker at any point here in this game if they're still down. Rhinos off the face-off. We'll lift it to center. Puck comes back to the defense, and now on the left wing, they'll feather it into Wrangler territory. Puck goes off a stick to Day. Loses control. Rhinos step in. Arias to the middle. Nobody there. Morley Phillips has it for the Wranglers, and he bursts up ahead. Phillips slams it off the wall and down deep. Orton around back to the same near wall. Wranglers trying to keep it in, but they can't do it. Arias on the left wing. Pass is picked off by Serrato. Out to center it goes. Rhinos go right back in as it's Shore. Defended by Day nicely. Has him pinned up against the boards. Puck back out to center. Rhinos have it. This is starting to become reminiscent of a game that the Rhinos won at the Budweiser Bull Pen on November 22nd, where El Paso had the lead, and they just didn't give the Wranglers the puck back. Really did a good job of controlling the puck to make sure the Wranglers didn't have a chance to win. And El Paso has possession again as it's Anfinson. High slot, can't get a shot away. Wranglers make a good defensive stand, but El Paso gets the puck back off a turnover. And so with 3:29 left in the third, again, the Rhinos controlling puck, controlling play. They'll dump it down to Zolan, and the Wranglers have to start from the deep end. Rhino forecheck creates a turnover. O'Rear fails on a one-time shot. Looking for his second of the game, and the Wranglers have a chance upwards. Oleslav over the attacking line. But the Wranglers are offside with 3:11 to go. We've seen a lot of big hits in this game. Of course, Rhinos control what you see on NATV, so of course they'll show you one of theirs, but I can guarantee you the Wranglers have had a lot of big booms on their side as well. Neutral zone face-off. Rhinos again punch it back into the Wrangler end. Shaving off some time. Puck against the corner wall. And that is all well and good for El Paso. They're just trying to drain out the clock and cruise to victory. What would be their 15th of the season. Wranglers looking to try and avoid falling below 500. And puck battle still going on in the far corner of the Wranglers' end. We saw this once earlier in the first period. Good 30 seconds shaved off on that sequence, and something pretty similar on the latest. Puck finally slips free. Ribeiro trying to charge forward. Puck comes back to Hannes on the left side. Enters the zone. Boxed out by 4 Rhinos. And Hannes is sent down to the ground. Wranglers keep possession, though, as Hannes is still getting swarmed and smothered by Cade DeWolf. And now they're finally going to blow the whistle and call a penalty. And it's about time on that one, as Hannes was getting smothered in the blue line by DeWolf. And DeWolf, don't act surprised there. Had him wrapped up for a good 15, 20 seconds, so he'll sit with 2:08 left on the clock. Holding is going to be the call, and the Wranglers go to the power play. So, down by 2, 2:08 to go. You get to the power play, and for the Wranglers, this thing is far from over. Amarillo 1 for 5 on the manage so far here today. Could have been 2 for 5 if not for the goal called off for the offside earlier in the period. So the power play's definitely been cooking for the Wranglers so far tonight, and it looks like a timeout has been called by Corey Wojcik, Wranglers head coach. Wants to talk things over with his guys, and that's a good call. So Wranglers will draw up a play and let their big guns get a breather here on what is going to be a critical sequence late in this game. Now, it's going to be interesting to see if the Wranglers will pull Zolan at any point, because if they do, remember the Rhinos are shorthanded, so they can clear the puck down and face no consequences. It wouldn't be an icing on them, so they can take as many cracks at the empty net if they wanted to. And so it appears that Zolan's going to stay between the pipes here for now, but I guess it all depends on how much time is left and how aggressive the Wranglers really want to be, and really how desperate they are. And check that, Zolan to the bench. And so the net is open. Wranglers on the power play. It is a 6-on-4 situation with 2:08 left in the third. So, DeWolf in the box. 2 for holding. It's Morton to take the draw. Out there with McGuire, Jacobson, Phillips, Serrato, and Day. Wranglers win the faceoff. Day to Serrato, fakes the shot, leaves it for Day, back across. Pass behind Jacobson, but he does have it. At the line, it's Serrato. Holding to Day. High slot shot. It's blocked. Day gets the rebound. Top of the left circle. Feeds it to Serrato. High slot. Moves it to Jacobson. Right side shot. Save made. Mancy. And the puck was on the red line. And the Rhinos sweep it out. Serrato, right wing shot. Jacobson, a bomb. Save made Mamsie, and they sweep it down. No icing as the Rhinos clear. Unbelievable. Wranglers charge back forward. Hitting the red line. Now the blue. Serrato to Day. Now back to Serrato. Around the net. It goes by him. Phillips tries to reverse it back to number 9. And the puck comes out of the zone. 1:15 left in the third. McGuire over center circle. Across the blue line. Whips it around to the left side for Morton. He'll help it up to the line to Serrato. He'll walk that line. Serrato holds and shoots. And that is tipped wide of Manzi. And now an errant pass goes back out the center. Split the Wranglers defense, and now Serrato in a foot race with Arias. Arias behind the goal. Has it for El Paso. Will pin it up against the end wall. 44 seconds to go as the Wranglers get the puck back. Now it's Day over the red line into Rhino territory. Trace Day on the run. Tries to backhand it to the middle. Puck goes to the end wall instead, and now a puck battle ensues. 30 seconds to go. puck at the line. Serrato heaves it to the goal. It's blocked by your man. Jacobson stripped of the puck, and the Rhinos float it down. It's going to be a race to the puck. Serrato is gassed. Gensler gets there, and he scores. And that's the icing on the cake for El Paso. They're going to take this one 5-2. Serrato had been out there for about 2 minutes. Just didn't have enough gas left in the tank to beat out Gensler to that puck. Net empty. And Duke Gensler calls game. It was a valiant effort from the Wranglers here today, and the final score will certainly not reflect how Amarillo played here today. They've outshot the Rhinos 32-30. Really played some of their best hockey here in the second and third periods, but ultimately, the Rhinos now with a 3-goal lead with 15.6 seconds to go are going to get their 15th win of the season. They'll leapfrog Shreveport again here today to reclaim third place in the South Division, and the Wranglers will fall to 6th due to Colorado's win over New Mexico today. And so that will set the stage for tomorrow's game. We'll be right back at it. Wranglers and the Rhinos, 8 o'clock Central start time. 7:45 pregame show. Wranglers look to get the split here in El Paso. And not quite sure what the holdup is here. To wrap this thing up. Rhinos fans are, there's a fan mewing there. If you're into Gen Z language, you'll know what that means. Rhinos fans will head home happy. Wranglers will look to bounce back tomorrow. And again, this is one of those games where the Wranglers really did play quite well. Final score is not going to indicate that, but for what it's worth, Wranglers really did come to play here today. And you think about a critical turning point in this game. Well, they just overturned the goal. So that's what the holdup was for. They just overturned the Gensler goal. Now Corey Wojtek getting an explanation here. Wish I could get some of that. And they just put it back. What in the world? So they took it off and then put it back. What? I've never seen that before. What in the world did, you know what? We'll leave it a mystery. So it is a 5-2 game with 15.6 left in the third. How bizarre. They'll drop the puck. Ribeiro wins it to Bullinger. They'll play it to Pipinen. They'll stretch it up ahead off the stick of Hannes. Rebound comes to Ribeiro. Wranglers are offside on the entry. Okay, so we'll get a face-off with 5 4/10 of a second here. Strange game. think I've ever seen a sequence where they award the goal, they take the goal off, and then they put it back on. Not like it really matters. I mean, the outcome of the game at that point wasn't really in jeopardy or really in any doubt, but still quite an oddity. Piping in drives it in. Manzi turns it aside, and that is all. The El Paso Rhinos take this one 5-2. Coming up next here in El Paso, Wranglers postgame live. We'll wrap this one up here in West Texas. Once again, it's the Rhinos 5 and the Wranglers 2. We'll come back together in 30 seconds to wrap it up here at El Paso County Events Center.
Down to Hooters, have a drink, catch the game, get yourself some awesome wings. It's the place to do your thing. You gotta get down to Hooters. Here she comes, a girl next door, hanging with good friends and more. Come on, what you waiting for? You gotta get down to Hooters. So get on up and get on down to Hooters.
Final score from El Paso County Events Center. It is the Rhinos taking it by the final score of 5-2. Tell you how we got there here on Wranglers post-game final. Rhinos struck first. 5:53 into the first period. It's a play that the Wranglers would like to have back. You know, you've been coming off the bye week. Have a little rust to shake off. Turnover in their own ends. Ends up out in front of Zolan. Rhinos cash in. It is Kedzo to Norris to the back of the net, and El Paso had the early 1-0 lead. Wranglers did get it back, though, to tie the game with 3:14 left in the first period. It's Noah Ribeiro getting his first goal as a Wrangler and his third of the season. Nice tip in out in front of Manzi on a shot by Crew Hannes. Sal Serrano gets the secondary assist. And the Wranglers had tied it up at 1 heading into the first intermission. In period 2, we have 3 combined goals, 2 to the Rhinos, 1 to the Wranglers. First of the period goes to El Paso with 11:29 left in the second frame. Rupe Tuomiaksa picks his spot, places it perfectly, ends up in the back of the net from Arias and Reed. Wranglers respond with a power play goal with 3:20 to go in the period. Sal Serrano from Trace Day bangs it into the back of the net for his second power play goal this season and his 8th of the year. That had us tied at 2, and then a late goal in the second on a 4-on-4. Another well-placed shot, this time from Paavo Hiltonen. Puts the Rhinos back up at 3-2, and this time they did not look back. 2 more goals in the third period. One coming from Owen O'Rear, a tip in front of Zolan with 8:52 to go. Pass the Rhinos lead at 4-2, and then an empty net goal from Duke Gensler with 15.6 on the clock. Seals the deal for El Paso, and that was a goal that was awarded, taken away, and then awarded, and who knows why. And you got to think one of the turning points of this game was the goal for the Wranglers that was waved off on the power play earlier in the third period. Would have made it a 3-3 game. Instead, the Rhinos get the next one to make it 4-2. And that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes, or how the kettle corn crumbles, or something like that. Rhinos fans love their kettle corn. They lead it happily tonight as they take this one 5-2. Wranglers looking to spoil the party tomorrow and get a split against this Rhinos team in this building. Again, 8 o'clock Central start time, 7:45 pregame show. We will have it all for you here on the Wranglers Hockey Network, on NATV, and our audio feed on YouTube. 2 more games left on the 3-3. Wranglers looking to bounce back tomorrow night against these El Paso Rhinos. Pick up some more critical points in the South Division as the Rhinos, with their win, get back to 3rd place. Shreveport, with their win in overtime, separates themselves from Amarillo. And Colorado's win jumps them over the Wranglers. Now they have 26 points. They're in 5th. Wranglers with 24 fall all the way down to 6th. Just 1 spot. And they will look to try and get that back with a win tomorrow night. First period, the Wranglers were outshot 16-8. Thought the Rhinos played some good hockey in the first. Wranglers had some good chances as well, but Rhinos again pounding shots in the first, but really in the second and third periods, it really showed that the Wranglers were really heating up as the game went on. But Michael Manzi made some good saves, and the Rhinos were a stingy defensive team, were able to make those defensive stops as the Wranglers were cooking offensively, trying to get some good offensive chances going, some good rushing attempts, odd-man rushes, plays from coast to coast, plays from wing to wing, but Rhinos able to make the defensive stand and come away with the victory. And again, the Wranglers outshoot the Rhinos 9-7 in the second, 15-7 in the third, outshoot them in the game 32-30. But the Rhinos do take the victory. So, unfortunately for the Wranglers, the final score doesn't indicate how well they played, but we'll see if they can carry over that level of play to tomorrow's game. They are in good shape to get the victory. And so we'll see if they can do it. We'll have it all for you on the Wranglers Hockey Network. I think it's time we call it a night here from El Paso. Once again, your final score, El Paso 5, Amarillo 2. Thank you for watching this presentation of the North American Hockey League. I am Guy Chiarenza saying good night and so long from Sun City.